Hi guys, it's Christine Bertram, and I am coming to you live from the Hive on Thursday night. And yeah, I was so excited that it was 6 o'clock. For the last 10 minutes, I've been struggling with my technology. I thought, I should check into why it is always giving me problems. And I discovered that the updates are different. This one's 0.3 and one is 0.2. And so that's not good. so about 15 minutes before, I'm like, I'll just update the tablet really quick. Well, it was still updating when we went live just now, because I'm like, I need to go live at 6 o'clock. And now the top camera's not connected anymore. So I'm like, oh no, we might have issues with the whole technology tonight. So, but I wanted to get live at 6 so that you guys didn't start calling and asking me, did you miss me? So, oh man. So there is issues up here. The camera is not working. It's not connecting. Yep, it's not there. So let's see if I can just take it off. And look at this, you guys. Like, well, I guess this is how our night is going to start off, is with it doing this to me first off. But I think that's what happens if one of the devices is not the same as the other one in terms of the update of the software. That's when it doesn't always jive. And I'm thinking that's why I always have to go out and come back in. So I thought I was going to solve the problem before we went live. So here we are, 23 people already. Oh my goodness. Hi, Kathy King. Hi, Laura Wagon. And there's Sherry Martin and Arliss. Did you watch Technique Thursday, Arliss? It was all about you today. Hi, Pat Mater and Betty Pyle and Wendy Westmoreland. Wendy, by now I think your order should have arrived from Stampin' Up. So hi, Deb Norman. Hi, Barb Moynan. There's Karen Karste and Robin Stender. Woohoo! Okay, cool. But it shows that I'm frozen. So we'll see if it works or not. Hi, Kimberly Cronauer. So let's see here. What is going on with this? And there it is, not frozen. Okay. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. We're going to try to make it through tonight as best as we possibly can. I will definitely have my eagle eyes on to make sure that I catch it if it does freeze. Just know, guys, I've gotten really good at figuring out that I just have to disconnect my phone and then I reconnect. And usually I can get that done in about a minute or so. So usually we're good to go. So we are doing the hand-penned ink, paper, scissors tonight, which you guys are going to love the cards. I think they're gorgeous. They were so much fun making them. I have the next month's ink, paper, scissors ready to go, so I will show them to you at the end. Hi, Penny Powell. Dishes are still in the sink, laundry not folded, but husband has been fed, and the animals also. Thanks for mailing your check, Penny. I appreciate it. I'll let you know when it comes in. Hi, Denise Ray. And there's Carissa, woohoo, from Snowy, Wisconsin. So Carissa and I had a design day today. She came up, hi, Chris Duderenke and Ann Bellinger and Carla Lake. She came up today and we worked on the game night cards, you guys. So they are going to be featuring Daisy Lane. Hi, Jennifer Jones. The Daisy Lane is a stamp set, and it has carried over. You guys, we have a spammer in our midst. Hang on, we got to get rid of him. You guys see that? It says Bonjour, Michigan. That is a creeper in the corner is what I call them. And we are going to block, and then you guys shouldn't see that anymore. So I blocked him. If I ever see anything like that, I try to catch it right away. You guys sometimes, not to change the subject about stamping. Hi, Cindy Runtree. Hi, Dee Serena. Any idea when out of stock items will be back? Sea glass pebbles. Yes. So Amy, send me a text message or email. I can look it up. We have an inventory status report, and it tells us an estimated week of in back in stock in Stampin' Up's warehouse. Okay, so but do me a favor, because after 2 hours of going nonstop, I might not remember that you asked it in this post. So just send me a message and I'll respond back. Yeah, they always give us an estimated idea. And unless there's a demonstrator like Deb Norman, maybe you've got the ability to look up in the demonstrator website, hi Deanna Stell, or anybody else who has the ability, maybe they would answer that for us right away so that you get an answer, Amy, and then we don't have to wait. So, but either way, we'll try to get it answered within the live or afterwards. Hi Jeannie Parker. And so, yeah, so if you guys, the creepers in the corner, just ignore that kind of stuff. I don't know why they come in like that. They find us sometimes, but just ignore them. Please never click on them. I try to delete them. And sometimes throughout the day, they will find a random one of my posts and post. And so somebody recently reached out to me and said, hey, do you know you had somebody that spammed on your page? I'm like, no, let me go find it. And I delete it and I get it off of there because I never want you guys to converse with those people because they're not good. They're bad apples. And you do not want to take a bite out of that bad apple. I have no idea why they don't spend their time with productive things in their life. Like, right? Why? Oh, Deb is still driving from Rochester. Okay. So if you have time, Deb, that would be awesome. Hi, Carmen Melendez. Okay. So the other thing too is, so Carissa and I worked on the Daisy Lane cards. So doing my life, you guys, I bought a new laptop because mine is 12 years old and the guy that's dropping it off is saying he's here right now, of course. Oh man, he's just hanging. Can you, this is horrible. Oh, in the mudroom. So I'm just going to tell him to leave it in the mudroom. So you guys, I've been putting off, so those of you that have seen me in my computer, I got to show you what my computer looks like. Hang on. I got to show you what is going on. This, I don't know if it'll do it now, but so the screen, I don't know if you guys will, if it'll do it now. The screen, oh, it probably won't do it now. So the wires, just as I picked it up, it did good. The wires are going bad in it. Hang on, let me pull it back. So my computer is like 12 years old. And apparently what happens is the screen, like there's the hinges, there's wires that go up, and eventually those get fried and worn. And then the screen goes white. And so I've been dealing with it since December. I've been putting it off and procrastinating. And finally, this past weekend, I bought a new laptop after 12 years. It was overdue. So because what's going to happen, and everybody's been telling me this, that if you don't do it now, it's going to happen when you don't want it to happen, and then you won't have a backup. So now I have some time I can work on installing and getting everything up to date. So yeah. So my friend is an IT kind of person, and he helped me figure out one. So he's dropping it off. He even picked it up for me because he works up in Appleton and lives in Fond du Lac and had to pick it up in Oshkosh. Woohoo. So going back to the Daisy, let's go back full circle. Oh, Sandy Wicklander said the faux sea glass pebbles will be available the week of April 4th. Okay, so there you go, Amy. There, we've got it answered already. So that's awesome. Okay, Laura Ann, no problem. We are just chitty-chatting, and so it's all good. You're not late at all. So, oh, go get it. No, I have a mudroom, and he's just going to set it in the mudroom, so it's all good. Okay. Oh, so so game night, you guys. I just created the event on the website last night, actually, because I realized that I didn't have a placeholder for it. It had been in my calendar, the PDF calendar. You're very welcome, Amy. And so I didn't have it on my website though. So when you toggled between months, it didn't pop up. So I just created that like with a more generic version. But Chris and I made the 4 cards for it. And so we used the Daisy Lane stamp set. And then there's 2 punches that go with it. There's a medium daisy and then a small daisy. And so there's gonna be 4 exquisitely beautiful cards. And I didn't bring them down to show you because I'm saving it for a special occasion. I gotta wrap my head around how beautiful they are. And they were underneath a pile and I'm like, I'll bring them down another time. So you guys will see them. And that's not until April. So what I'll do is next week when I showcase off the Memories and More card class, which is the first week, like it's April 1st online, then this game night is a week later. I'll show these to you guys both at the same time. So yeah, oh my gosh, they're so pretty. We had so much fun. The pebbles are available the week of March 22nd. Okay, thanks for that, Sandy as well. We appreciate you helping with that. So hi, Carol Jefferson. Yeah, you guys, It was so crazy. One game night is like a goodie bag class. So you get a product, you get the ribbon and the embellishments. And it was so crazy going into the thought process of these cards are going to be neutrals and crumb cakes and soft suedes and like more natural colors. But we ended up going with the whole cool undertone. So grays, and then the Heart and Home Designer Series paper has the wood grain in gray, and then using gray shimmer ribbon. So Julie Bierschbach, I don't know if you're watching, but I know you're gonna do Lucky Hand with me, because Lucky Hand and Game Night are the same. You'll get a roll of ribbon in your goodie bag from me. So don't go buying like a whole bunch of rolls, because I know last night you said in class that you need to add it to your wish list or get it ordered. So hi, Robin. So yeah, so it's gray granite and pearls and grays and misty moonlights, and oh my gosh, so pretty, you guys. So, oh, we had fun. We weren't on our A game today. It took us a little bit to get our ducks in a row, and I think it's because our minds were down a whole different thought process for these cards. So, but we got them done. Yay. Okay. So, let me just show you really quick too. So Kelly did Technique Thursday today. So if you guys missed it, you can go back and watch the replay anytime. Hi, Margaret Rika. Yeah, so the grays are really pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys, we almost used the whole, so there's 4 cards, and each card almost used the whole pack of pearls. Really, seriously. All right. So, Elaine, it's probably not good to hear me constantly repeating. I wouldn't want to enjoy listening to that. So, thank you to Arliss for helping us with our Technique Thursday. Arliss actually sent all the scraps in an envelope. I loved it. She sent an envelope. She had everything with a little note with measurements. So, you guys, and then this was the card I got at, for my birthday from Arliss. And so, you guys, Kelly did a technique, she did her lamb technique on here. So you guys could watch the Technique Thursday for that from earlier today. So thank you, Arliss. We really appreciate that. I know that a couple other people have given us ideas. I know Chris Duderenke, you had the embossing folder with the hidden scenes kind of, and Kathy Jackson has some ideas for technique. So we're still working through the list. So yeah, so back to game night really quick though, you guys. It is April 7th, I think. You guys, it's like a month, 2 months out almost. April 6th is Lucky Hand in person, and April 7th is game night. And I think if I have a way to pull it off, I'm going to include prizes from the new annual catalog for the bundles for the big prizes. So, yay! So, okay. Oh, all right. So ink, paper, scissors. It's crazy. Carissa left at about 25 after 5, and I'm like, I need to eat and I need to get ready for class. And I'm like, so my brain is like, oh, let's get it done. Like let's get everything situated and see what I'm missing when the time comes. So, game night is your birthday, Patsy. I love it. So April 7th is also my niece Andrea's birthday. So okay. So ink, paper, scissors, you guys. Let's do the roll call. So I don't forget to do roll call. We have 35. So I have one more set of card kits left because I always prep in multiples of 4. I hope that you're with me too for game night, Faye. I would love it. Hi, Philene, jumping on quick to say hi. Enjoy family dinner night. So there's one set of kits left, and then as soon as I can get the products to go with them, I could get them in the mail, which would be in the next few days. So if there is one person who decides, oh man, I want this, your best bet is to tell it to me in the comments so I hold it for you. Otherwise, if I see it in an email and then somebody tells me in the comments, I won't see your email till after class. So I have one set of cards left unaccounted for, up for grabs. Deanna Stell, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Martin, Ellen Brover, Lynn Beasley, Mary Carls, Gwen Petrashek, Judy Bobo, Jennifer Jones, Julie Bierschbach, Jeannie Parker, Nancy Stormer, Diane Bogenhagen, Jill Butzine, Carmen Melendez, Deb Norman, Cheryl Thomas, Karen Wetstein, Carissa Alberts, Chris Duderenke, Laura Sullivan, Susie Stocks, Kathy Groves, Margaret Rika, Pat Mater, Barb Johnson, Jamie Tafoya, Dee Serena, Doris Monson, Terry Costin, Carla Lake, Deb Ryan, Christina Bernards, Nancy Billets, Karen Drain, and last but certainly not least, Penny Powell. I was making sure that I didn't miss your comment. I did see it, Penny. So Penny, you are number 36. And you know what? I know you said you just sent me a check, but I know you have the Heart and Home class I have sitting right back here for you, and you're getting fun folds. So we'll figure out because we can save a little and consolidate on shipping. So I'll let you know how much to send when I get done and have time to think about it. So Patsy, I saw Penny Powell's comment come through first. So I've got it earmarked for Penny Powell. She messaged it like 15 ago already. So, all right. So just know that I generally don't have a lot of kits left at the end of class. Like by the time I actually have the class, usually they're gone right up into it. So, if anybody ever wants to and they miss out on the class, the PDF tutorials for ink, paper, scissors are always in my online store within a couple days after. So you can always get that. All right. Very cool, Patsy. All right. So those are the people that are joining me for tonight. So at the end of class, we'll do the random number generator and we'll pick somebody to win a prize. In addition, you guys, we'll share the mystery card night from on Monday night, and we had 76 people who shared cards. It is a lot. That was a high number, so that's awesome. And then on top of it, hi Terry Costin, hi Melanie Foy. We had the drawing for the 2,500 likes. So we hit that over the past weekend. And Kelly had the list of people who commented that they shared. So there were 46 people. And there is a box on the end there that you can kind of see it. That is a Stampin' Cut and Emboss Mini. And I was doing a drawing to give it away at half off. And so it's time. I was hoping to do it by my birthday, which was January 1st, but we were about 90 away, I think, on my birthday. And you guys, it's blowing my mind that, and since this weekend now, I'm at like 2,540 or something. So there's been 40 just in a week. It's just like, wow. And it took us like 2 months to get 90. So it's crazy how fast it's growing. So we're going to do all of those drawings though at the end. Okay. And then I'll also share with you the mystery card night. I had mentioned that. And then I also have the Stamp-A-Stack cards that I had the ability. I drew those names right after Carissa left. I was able to do the drawing for those. So I'll announce those winners. For sale-a-bration board, you guys, number 7, I have 7 spots left, but a couple orders did come in today. So I need to get them on the board, but I don't think we have enough to do a drawing. So we will be doing that at some point soon though, because sale-a-bration ends on Monday. And so I'm pretty sure that board will get full. And if it's not full, we'll still do the drawing. So, oh man. All right. So didn't hear my name or get my kits. Kathy King. You know what? If that is the case, then I don't have a set for Penny. Kathy, I need to check. Penny, I might have to retract on that. I have to look up my notes for Kathy. Okay? So, I'll check on that, Kathy. So hang tight. I always make things right. So let me just hang tight on that until the end of class. I'm not going to think about it right now. But Penny, I will get back to you on it and see where we're at. And then if I find out that like 4 people want to add on to the class, then I might do like what I did with Heart and Home, and I would just cut more card kits. For Heart and Home, you guys, last week, I ended up making 12 extra card kits. So I went from 48 to 60 between basically Thursday night and then Friday morning I had 12. It's just crazy. And I have 1 set left, you guys, from the Heart and Home from last week. So no, Kathy King, you don't have to apologize at all. I just need to like do some investigative work and read through my notes and figure out what happened. That's all. No worries. We make right. You guys, at the end of the day, we all have to remember that this is just ink, paper, and scissors, and that there's no crying and stamping, and there's no reason to cry over spilled milk, that type of thing. This is all stuff that we can fix and make right. Just like if I miss putting a piece of paper in your kit or missing something, I'll make it right. Just don't be mad or be impatient with me. I'll fix it. I always do. And that just reminds me that those people doing sale-a-bration who rah-rah with me tomorrow night, we figured out an in-person class last night. I forgot to put a piece of white paper. So I was going to email all of you guys so you know what's going on. But at the end of the day, it's like, it all works out. We are all good. So we make it all work. So, all right. So we're going to do ink, paper, scissors. And that's why I do roll call, you guys, honestly, because I never want to miss sending anybody kits. And wow, with all the classes that I offer, I do miss. And those of you know that I've missed you from time to time. I try not to ever do it again, but it happens. I'm only human and I've got a million things coming at me all the time. And so I always try to keep everything straight. So I appreciate your patience and I'm very patient with you. So hi, Linda Hall. So yes, Elaine, that is a lot of followers. I can't believe it. It's awesome. So we'll see how we can grow to 3,000. That's the next goal, 3,000. We do it in 500, numbers for the increments. So, all right, you guys. So without further ado, we're going to get rolling with ink, paper, scissors, and we are going to do the cutting of the paper because I changed this as of January 1st. Starting January with the Bloom, I included a quarter pack of the designer series paper. I love you too, human, Deanne. I love it. So that's exactly it. We can do our best and that's it. And we try really hard. So what we're going to start off with is cutting the paper because that is different. So generally I make it very easy for you. And then I realized, well, it's good to learn how to cut paper. So I have a lot of new stampers that come to me and they're afraid to cut paper. And so I think if I can show it to you guys on the live, that will help and that you can be not afraid to cut paper, right? Because that's the last thing I want is you guys not making cards because you don't know how to cut paper. So I think what we'll do, and Naughty Nancy so graciously allowed me to keep her package here with the agreement that I would cut her paper for her so that she didn't have to do it herself. So, oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate hearing that. So let me flip down, you guys, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling, and we're gonna cut paper. We're gonna make 4 beautiful cards. This Hand Pen Suite, I should show you guys. I'll pull the catalog out. The Hand Pen Suite is from the annual catalog. So I pull in annual catalog products because we forget about them otherwise. And so it's important to remember that we have that big annual catalog that's full of beautiful products. So, all right, so I'm gonna flip down and I'm gonna get my catalog really quick here to show you guys where this hand penned is. It's one of the suites. And so if you go, not pansy, into the world, you are hand penned. So in the annual catalog on pages 104 and 105, their suites are usually a bundle, a paper, and something else. Hi, Barbarco. So Hand Penned Petals is the stamp set and the dies. And then there's 12 by 12 designer series paper, and then the genial gems actually go with this. So I do feel bad, but I don't feel bad because the Bloom where you're planted, the one that we did last month, you guys, your embellishment was also the genial gems, but these 4 cards, we use so many of them, and they're so pretty that I'm like, you guys will end up using them. I know you will. So that's the product. And the other thing that for your goodie bag is the roll of ribbon here. So, oh, Kathy, you've never watched before. Do you list the measurements at the end? I sure don't. Oh man, I provide a PDF tutorial to every one of my students. So all my people who signed up for class, they get a PDF tutorial. It's my gift to them for registering for class. And then I do put the PDF tutorial in my online store. So I don't have, I do about 5 classes a month. And so I generally just put the PDF tutorial for purchase in my store so that if you want it, you can always get it there. I don't list out measurements separately. So, I know other demonstrators do, but I've always chosen just to provide the PDFs to my students that have taken classes with me. So in your goodie bag, you guys, so you get your card kits and then your paper, and then there's a roll of ribbon and your genial gems. But Kathy, I try to say measurements as I go. So just knowing that, I will talk about measurements that aren't obvious. So have your pen and paper ready so that you can jot things down if you want to. So your pack of paper here is a quarter pack. So there's 2 of each of the sheets that are 6 by 6. Okay, so we'll need those first. And then Naughty Nancy, I'm going to keep her gems in here, and then her roll of ribbon, but I'm going to use these for my stamping because I didn't pull out white sheets for me, for mine in my kits. So you know what, you guys have your kits here. So there's not going to be any designer paper, no gems, and no ribbon in your kits because that is what's part of your goodie bag. And that's different from how I normally do my card kits. Okay, so for right now, pull out your designer series paper. Hi, Mary. Oh, the paper is it's just exquisite. It's so pretty. And it was so easy and fun. The stripies is awesome. I love how they have the different floral colors. So this one's like the cider. These are all in colors in here. Fresh freesia, soft succulent, evening evergreen. There's misty moonlight in here. And then what happens is when you look at the back side, you've got all different colors. You've got your yellow, your evening evergreen-ish, blushing bride, highland heather, pale papaya, and then mint. And so what's awesome is the back is all different colors like this. So, hi Julie Ledbetter. Okay, so first of all, I want to go through and we're going to cut our paper so that all of that is done. And then we don't have to worry about the designer paper anymore. So, let's do that one last one. That one's a lot of work. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them in that one. Okay, so let's do this one first. This is a nice, easy one. So we're going to find the pattern paper that has the yellows and the blues in it, which I believe is this one. Okay, so that's the paper we want to pull out. It's got the pink on the back, and actually we use part of it there. So this is the sheet we need to grab. And then grab out your trimmers, you guys, and we're going to trim this. So this is the one with the mint base, and this is just a traditional 4 by 5 1/4 mat. So 4 by 5 1/4. There is a pattern to your paper here. It's actually garden green. All right, Melanie, I stand corrected. And you know, if you're ever wondering, it has in the back here the colors. So there's garden green in here listed. It sure looks like soft succulent and evergreen to me, but yes, that's garden green. You guys, they always list the colors on the back, so I only got a little section of it here. So, all right. So there is a pattern to the paper, and it goes up and down. So you want to make sure when you cut this that you're cutting it at 5 1/4 down and then 4 over. All right. So I generally like to cut the longest one first. So I'm going to cut at 5 1/4 here. And then here's a little extra strip. You guys, you can save it or we might even put it on the inside. But then this one is by 4. So we're just gonna do by 4. And then that piece is the background piece. Now, if you are at home and you have some dies and you want to cut something out of the middle of this so that it all doesn't get glued underneath, you can do that. So you would wanna do that now though before we glue it down. So this other piece though here is the back side of this now. So we need to look at the back here real quick. So the DSP is 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/4. So there is no real pattern to this. So we're just gonna cut it at 4 1/4. So flip this way. And then I said 7/8 of an inch. Sometimes I do like to check. Hi Marsha Long, I do like to check. And actually, I have this at 1 inch. So 7/8, 1 inch. I think I started off originally when I made my first design, I did it at 7/8 of an inch. But then I thought it might have looked nicer with just having it a little bit thicker. So that's why I like to go ahead and measure sometimes. So there's our 1 inch. And then this is extra. If we want, we could put that like on the inside of our card. This longer strip right here, you could glue that along the edge. But one thing I like to do is because I might have written your guys' PDF with it saying 7/8. If I did, what I'll do is I'll correct it and resend it out to you guys so you have that. Okay, so there's that card right here. So I'm gonna set these with that card. If you guys have your card kits, you might just flip it open and find the one that has the mint base. And I know mint might not be easy to figure out, but it's the one that has a blushing bride mat in it. So, okay, so there's the one. Let's set that there. I'm gonna give Nancy her scraps back. All right, let's do this one. This one's really easy as well. So this one is the paper that has more purple in it. And so when you're fanning through here, I think it's that one right there. Now, what you can do is be selective about your paper. So you can see here, I pulled it from more of an area that didn't have a lot of purple, but if you want to see more of the purple, you're definitely going to want to cut it from either the top or a section that has more purple. That designer paper on here is, you guys look at me using my recipe cards. That was my tip Tuesday for you guys on Tuesday. I believe it's 2 inches and it's by 5, okay? So that's nice and easy. Same thing though, our pattern goes like this, so we want 5 inches wide by 2. So I'm gonna cut it this way at 2, and I want to get that purple section right here. So we're gonna go 2 inches and then 5. Sorry, is this a card kit? Yep, it is. This is for ink, paper, scissors. Okay, and it features the hand pen. So that's what I've got for this one. All right, so we're gonna set that. That's the only designer paper on this one. So this is extra paper I'm going to put on the pile here for Nancy to get back. Let's do this one next then, you guys. So this one has 2 pieces. It has this piece right here, and then it has that beautiful piece. I love that. So pretty. So we got to look for both of those pieces. Now the one is the green, which we'll see it on the back here. So that one. All right. Oh, look at that. So you're going to need to grab both of the pieces then, because when you cut the mat for the one, you will not have enough for the other piece, but that's okay because you have 2 pieces here. So there is a kind of a pattern to this as well, because to me that's not straight, but like this is going up and down. And so this piece is 5 by 3 3/4. And you heard me just say I like to double check things. And so, yep, 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to cut at 5 first this way, like that, and then 3 3/4. And get out of there. And flip it this way, and we're going to do 3 3/4. So extra piece here. So then that was not big enough for the back, but that's okay because you got a second piece. So that's that inside. Now this piece of designer paper, let's see what I have it. 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. 2 3/4 by 3 1/4 is perfect. Now with this one though, I don't generally see a pattern. I mean, it kind of looks like it's going this way, but a lot of it gets covered up. So I wouldn't be too worried about this one. But I did say 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So we want 2 3/4 this way. So 2 3/4 like that. And then 3 1/4 this way. Okay, so that's the piece that will fit right in here for your mat. I hope you guys are following along, okay? So we're gonna set these 2 pieces with this card over here. Now these are extra, so let's just add them to our scrap pile. Now this last one right here then has the most going on, okay? So when I was designing these cards, I really was careful to not duplicate patterns so that you wouldn't have enough paper, right? So this one uses a mint piece, and then what's on the back side? That, okay, perfect. And then it uses this bluish one, this one right here, which is the back side is yellow. So you've got the stripies here, that piece, and then you also have the polka dotties. All right, so in all, every piece of paper is getting used, you guys. So polka dotty. So these are the 3 we need. So this is extra now that you guys can use to create other beautiful cards with. And we're gonna set this over here. Okay, so the mint one's the easiest one, you guys. So this is hard to see this, but when you open it up, it looks like that. The mint is a traditional 5 1/4 by 4, and my stripes are going horizontal. So I want 4 this way and 5 1/4 this way. So we're gonna do 5 1/4 here, and then we're gonna do 4. And that's our background piece. And then set those off. So that's the bottom piece. Now our peaches are simple. They're 4 inches, and this one's 2, and this one's 1. So polka dotties don't generally have a pattern to me either, but if you like a little bit more darkness going through it or that like pattern, then you can definitely, pick that. Some of it does get covered, but all in all you have 4. And then this one I'm pretty sure was 2 if I remember correctly, and then 1. Yep. So we're gonna cut it 4 this way. So your scrap. And then at 2 is for our top panel here, and then at 1. And so that gives us the 2 pieces that we need for here and then here. And then the last piece is a 3x4. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what I got here. 3x4, perfect. So then on this one, if you look at it, it's all across the board. Your 3x4 means you're cutting it in half because this paper is 6. So if we cut it 3, that gives you a 3x6 for an extra piece. And then we have a 4. All right, guys, that's the paper cutting. So now that you have the papers for your DSP, you could put them in with the specific card kit. So like this one in your card kit, look for the Misty Moonlight base. And just tuck them in there so that you don't lose track of them. I'm just going to set them there for now with a pile, and then I'm going to put Nancy's scraps here. Thank you, Naughty Nancy, for letting me use your card kit for practice. Not practice, for the presentation, I guess. All right, so I hope that you like cutting paper or like seeing that. I generally I shouldn't assume that everybody knows how to cut paper or that you feel comfortable cutting paper. And the thing is, when you cut paper, you just have to realize it's just paper. If you really are uncomfortable with it, practice on a piece of copy paper first. Cut it to a 6x6 and then like draw some lines on it, like if there's a pattern, and then practice. And then when you feel confident, go ahead and cut your pattern paper. And you know what, if it doesn't work, it's not the right exact size, that last measurement, Melanie, was 3x4. So if it's not the right size, either work with it or cut it bigger, or you can't cut it bigger, cut it smaller, or put a mat on it. So, or use it for something else and then cut another piece. So hopefully that helps. So you guys don't generally see me cut paper, except for now you're going to with ink paper, scissors, and the Stamp-A-Stacks. Those are usually the ones where you guys get your goodie bags with paper. So, all right, we're gonna work on our first card, okay? So, these cards are very, very pretty. We're gonna start with this one since it's right on top. And just the stamps are awesome. And I'm gonna show you here, you guys, in your goodie bag, you also got these 2 pieces of paper. They're both, I believe, 2 3/4. And then what these are for, just so you know, there is this die cut image right here. And then there's a die cut image right here. And then there's a die cut image right here, okay? So that's 3, 1, 2, and 3. You have enough space here for all 3 of them. And I'm gonna show you how to do that by doing all of them. And you know what? We might as well do all 3 of those and stamp those so that we're done with it. And then you're not gonna question about this paper, I think. So I need to get a memento pad because this one is actually stamped in memento. So let's do these flower stampings right away. So let's just show you guys here. So this one, and this one. So this isn't not like, this is going a little against what I normally do, but I don't want you guys to be confused about your white paper. So let me show you the stamps real quick here. In the Hand Penned Petals, there are 2 bigger images. So I used this image on 2 cards, and I used this image on this card. Now, somebody asked me, they said, I don't want to necessarily buy Hand Penned Petals. Is there something that would work? And I said, yes. Art Floral would definitely work. There is a stamp in Art Floral that's very similar. Hi, Carolee Crab. Hi, Donna. So it's very similar to this. So you could use Art Floral or other florally stamps out there, you guys. There's so many floral stamps in this world that it's crazy. It's mind-boggling. Okay, so we are going to stamp this outline, and we're going to do it twice. This one's in Memento, this one's in Soft Succulent, and this one's in Mint. And the other thing too is the colors are kind of versatile. You could, in essence, stamp all of them in Memento and it would be fine. Or you could stamp both of these in soft succulent and that would work too. So let's just do, so you can understand how this paper works here. So I'm gonna start with this one right here. And when it comes to ink, paper, scissors, you guys, when I do a class where the stamp set is featured and the die matches the stamp set, I don't pre-fussy, or I don't die cut out the parts. Sometimes I will do that for other classes, but when it comes to ink, paper, scissors, I give you the white paper and then you figure out what you have at home, and if it is this, then it works. So what I'm doing is, this guy is, he fits on here. You can't go right in the middle, okay, you guys? Your goal is to fit this one right here. He's gonna fit here along with this one, and I was just gonna practice here. So, and I think that I want him to go like, just like that. Okay, they're awesome. They're photopolymer stamps. So you saw me kind of wiggling it around. Gone are the days with those wood stamps where you couldn't see behind and you were kind of guessing, okay? All right, so there's that one. And then, oh, you guys, I went straight for the mint ink, the black ink. It was just instinct to go right for it, but that wasn't right. Okay, so this one right here then, if we look at this, and I knew that, I practiced this, you guys. Hang on. So this one fits on here, and I have a way to get this guy that they both fit on here, and I think it was supposed to go the other way. So I had a method to my madness, and that's why I wanted to show you guys this so that you got it figured out as well. So we're gonna do our soft succulent one. So this one right here is in soft succulent, and he goes on this one right here. Okay, so that one's easy. So he's that one, and that's it for soft succulent. So I might be flipping this over, but you guys are gonna see here, they do both fit. It's sometimes like putting a little puzzle piece together when you have the white paper. So let's try this one more time. And I think what I'm gonna do is flip this over, and that guy goes like that, and then this one, they fit on there just right. And you guys, the reason I did that is because the paper cut so perfectly a certain way, and so it all worked out okay. So you can watch me, so you think the struggle is real for me, but then it really is for you guys more. So, all right, so it's gonna go something like that is how it goes. So there's not a lot of wiggle room, you guys. So this one's on here, and this one is now in the mint macaron. So flip that. And if this is too much of a struggle and you guys have a different piece of white paper that you want to use, you go for it, because I don't want you guys to struggle. But this really goes all the way to the edge right over here. And then we have room for this little guy right next to it. And he's actually not a little guy. So there's our mint, perfect. And then he's done. And now we'll go back to our memento. And then after you're done, the dies look like this, you guys. So there's an outline here, and that's what you would use to die cut. I didn't use any other of the die cuts except for one over here. So let's ink this up, and we'll put that in its little spot right here, and perfect. And then what I would do, you guys, is I would take my scissors and I would just cut these apart, because if you go to the machine at the same time, then you can cut all three of these out. And by the magic of TV, I have mine already done for me. Okay, so you don't have to watch me struggle with die cutting, but this one would go here, this one goes here, and then that one goes there. So there are more stamps to be done, and it comes with sentiments, and so we'll do those as we do each card then. So I hope that helps a little bit with you guys, knowing how that paper was intended to get stamped and cut. All right, so we'll put him over here. And we were going to start with this one right here. So let's pull the card kit and see what else we have here. And just because I'm going to move them and give us a little room. So in your card kit then, in those white envelopes, you'll have the card stock. And what you're going to have here, this one is the one that has a Misty Moonlight base. and it is cut short, right? So you have it a little short, and I have a score there, so all you have to do is flip it over and then take your, by the magic of TV, my stamping and die cut are all done. Yay! Yes. I love it. Okay, then you guys, you had your mint piece that we cut. That goes in here. And you also have, now this is where it might get a little confusing for you guys. Your designer paper is 3x4, which will get matted onto a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Your 1-inch strip goes down here, and this guy goes up here. And then you have 2 more pieces of paper, a Misty Moonlight and a white. And just so you know, these are not the same size. The one Misty Moonlight that is right below your white is slightly smaller, and that's gonna go right in here. And then this goes, I'm just kind of piecing it together so you guys can see what's going on. And then this is a pearlescent label from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Yeah, Laura, they're all so pretty, all right? And then by the magic of TV, I've got that already die cut for me, but I'm gonna show you how I stamped the inside. And you guys, you have a little tag in your kit. It's from the Pretty Pillow Box dies, and that's what we're gonna use to stamp our sentiment. So, just because I got so many moving pieces going on here, we're gonna do a little gluing, just because we need to get some pieces put down. So we're gonna try to glue some of this stuff right here. So the first thing is I'm gonna glue this little strip of the papaya polka dots. We're gonna put that down. So I like to, as long as so those that are new to me, I like, as long as I got my glue bottle open, you'll see me glue a few things at once, because if I'm gonna open this thing and shut it a million times in a night, that's not good. That's a lot of times. So I generally try to glue a couple things, and they can just sit there and marinate while I work on these. So the Pale Papaya Polka Dotty, he goes on the bottom like this. If for any reason you cut these at different, you can just take your scissors and trim off the extra, because that kind of should be flush. Then you have this designer paper, which goes right onto your 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 mat. Now, I already had the cardstock cut for you. All you needed to do was cut that 3x4. And then this polka dotty piece goes on the flap on the top here. Okay, so there, that took care of a few pieces that we could just get glued to our card right away. Then this piece right here goes on our inside, and then we'll pop that up right away. And then we'll get to some more stamping. How does that sound? Okay. So Penny, I'll see one. So Patsy and Penny, both of you were interested in card kits. I'll see what I can do, because I do have an order going in this weekend that I need to expedite. And so if you have patience, I will see if I can get some card kits made up if I've got some time early next week. If I build it into my schedule, it generally works. If there's anybody else that was on the fence about this class and decide after the fact, I would potentially take 2 more too, because I generally like to cut in quantities of 4 because that makes sense to me in my head. So we're putting now this piece on here. And so what I like to do is put dimensionals on the top edge, and then I don't like to guess where to put them here. So then I'll go straight to my edge over here and put my dimensionals right on that bottom edge. And then I don't risk going over. So pick those all off. And then now this, I just center it left to right, top to bottom. And that goes right there. And then that creates the flop, the flippy flop. Okay, good. We got some stuff done. So let's go back to the stamping on this card. This white piece is for your inside. So if you flip that up, the reason that I made this Misty Moonlight smaller is because I didn't want, depending on where you glued it, I didn't want it to accidentally be sneaking out the edge on you. So I made it slightly smaller. So you have the inside and the pillow, the little tag, and then the stamping. Now, if you look at the stamp set, you guys, there's a lot going on here, I'll be honest with you. That stuff is like abstracty, and it actually is intended to stamp inside the outline. Now, this one over here, I didn't do it. So you can see differences here. One I colored in with blends, and one I used stamps. It's completely up to you. Oh, thanks, Penny. Mary Carls, good to see you here. Oh, Pamela Olson. The card kits are $36 mailed, and that includes the designer paper, the pack of embellishments, the whole roll of ribbon, and then 4 card kits. So you get a goodie bag with it, with full-size product, except for the papers, quarter pack. So you'll have to email me, though, Pamela. If you don't mind, send me an email to chrismbertram@msn.com and let me know so I can help you out after class. Okay, so I wanted to show you that difference there. I think that goes there. This one, I actually use these stamps. And so there's Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya, and Soft Succulent, okay? So let's look at these stamps because they're crazy. If you guys have the set and you're like, what is going on here? There's so much stuff. So we need Misty Moonlight and Soft Succulent, and then Pale Papaya is on the table. But you've got all these leaves and you've got these weird flower things, and it's like putting a puzzle together, you guys. So like that one will go there. You've got these little leaves, which I need a block for that. And then, oh, I just got a message from somebody about IPS. Nice. So IPS, you guys, I refer to this as ink, paper, scissors as IPS, okay? In case you ever see me say IPS, yep, I got you signed up. And then there's another little leaf here. There's a flower. There's this flower. So all these stamps that I'm putting down in front of me right now are the flowers and the leaves to color in your stamps, your stamped image here. Okay, so that one as well. So how does this work then? It's kind of like putting a puzzle. I mentioned that. So I'm going to grab my piercing mat though, because these are photopolymer stamps and they stamp better when that's underneath. And so the Misty Moonlight, watching from Ohio in the woods, as the woods howl and the snow is rapidly coming down. Oh, Sue, you're going to have a winter wonderland. I love it. I don't know if I love it. I'm not a big fan of snow. I only take it because I live in Wisconsin, but I could live without it very easily. Okay, so this, you guys, the reason I did these different, if you are OCD and you do not like the fact that this is not all colored in, you might want to use your markers and just color them in, and that's okay. I wanted to show those that are interested how to do this. And that is first strength. If you want to try it at second strength, it will look a little bit softer like that. So it just depends what you're thinking. So there is also this stamp right here, which I'm going to do this one at second strength. Let me get you inked up. Stamp. So stamping off means second strength. And then we're going to put that guy. And you got to kind of go around in circles until you figure out how they actually fit together, because it's so abstract. Okay, so there's that one. And I did that on purpose, the two tones, so you guys can see first and second strength. And then there's this other flower, that same flower set. And he's going to go... It's very abstract, you guys. I promise you. I have a hard time with this. This was the last card I designed, and I did do it this way just so you guys could see how these stamps work. The other two flowers are Pale Papaya. So I can shut the Misty Moonlight and grab a Soft Succulent. And now you've got some leaf stamps. There are, I think there's 2 of them. There's this one right here. So let's put that right there. Okay, I like the small leaves better. They seem to work okay. So that's first strength, second strength. They fit in better. So like this guy, he fills in really nicely. This one fills in really nicely. They did a good job with the leaves, but they didn't do so hot with the flowers, I think. So there I stamped off. And this one I'm going to stamp off. And then the big leaf comes into play over here. And you got to figure out which way it goes. Like that. Round and round we go. Where we stop, we will not know. So I just did first strength there. And then I'm going to go over here and do second strength and fill in some more of the white. Okay, you guys, I know this looks like a hot mess, but I think when you have it all said and done, it kind of comes together. Okay, so then the big flowers are done in Pale Papaya. So give me a second to get Pale Papaya. I have everything all set up for class tomorrow night and totes on the table. It's because tomorrow night, you guys, we're doing sale-a-bration hoorah-rah. Okay, so that big flower is right here. And it's not exact. It's so crazy. I just want it to be exact. So I'm one of those that likes to be inside the lines. Okay, so this was a little bit of a challenge for me. So I am gonna clean this same stamp up here, and then we're gonna put that in this flower here. And it doesn't go exact. And it's okay. But when we're all said and done, it kind of looks like that. You know, so maybe I wish I would have put that guy a little bit lighter. It's okay. The second strength's a little bit softer, but when we put it all together, we're gonna be fine. I did remember here that the Misty Moonlight is also used on our tag, which is this guy right here. And let's grab this. So the Feel Better Friend is from this bundle as well. So what I'm gonna do is ink this up. It's gonna go right on our tag, like that. And then if you see this, I've got some ink around the edge. You could use a sponge dauber, so something like this, or if you want it more chunky like that. So this is before, and then what you do is you just run it through your ink pad at an angle, and you can start to see color on the edge. And so I'm gonna do that, like that, and kind of like messy edging. Okay, so you can see what I'm talking about when I put it up to here. So it just added a little bit of blue to the edges. Now, if that's not cool with you, you could do a sponge dauber, and I'll show you on the back what that would look like. So it's just a matter of putting little soft like coloring on the edge. So either one works just fine. So however you choose, but I thought it looked nice having a little blue edge on it. That helped a little bit. Okay, we're not done yet because the inside actually has this little doohickey thing in soft succulent. I didn't realize there was so much stamping on this card. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is our white inside, and this little dead like foliage thing, our weed here, is definitely stamped in soft succulent on the bottom corner, just to give it a little something. Hi, Alice. All right, I think that's all that is stamped on this card. So I'm gonna just clean these up really quickly because I feel better. You know, it's always good to get your stamps cleaned, because if they fall over onto some paper and they have ink on them, then they are gonna create a little bit of a mess for you. So I don't wanna mess on my cards here. And that leaf kind of came right off. And that one was clean, so we'll put that there. You guys, photopolymer stamps are awesome, but when you have them on a table that looks like that, they blend in, so it's hard. I always try to keep them on blocks. All right, we can get glue happy for the rest of this card. So this gets a little bit of glue, and then this. So when you guys have your label, the rough edge is the bottom. Hi, Diane. Thanks for sharing, and big hello back to you. Is it Queen Anne's lace flower on the inside? I'm not sure, Vicki. That's a good question. It's whatever is this flower right here. I couldn't tell you if that was Queen Anne's lace or not. There is a stamp set in the Stampin' Up! Catalog that is called Queen Anne's lace. So that is the right side. So you know me, I like to do 2 glues at once. So this one is gonna go onto our inside blue Misty Moonlight matte. You guys, Misty Moonlight is a retiring in color, and I would have to say it is by far, out of all the 5 ink colors that are retiring, everybody's most favorite color that is in fact retiring. So this little label is from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and that goes on the front of the card up and down like that. And then this one, I popped that up with dimensionals, and definitely put them all the way around the edges. You guys, I'm using up, these are my little paper pumpkin dimensionals. If anybody's looking for the paper pumpkin from February, I do have 2 extra ones behind me that are unaccounted for as far as I know. And they are available in case you missed out. So then this one, the big leaves, I have them in the bottom left corner, and this is going at an angle like this. Okay, now the inside gets glued in. So I'm going to kind of put it where I think it needs to go, which is basically centering top to bottom, left to right. And I'm going to put that down, and that's where I'm going to put it. So I made it just that. Hi, Doreen from Hagerstown, Maryland. You said that you sent me a class request in Messenger. Messenger is perfectly fine. You guys, I was designing with Crystal all day, so I have about 20 messages waiting for me, and so I do owe people some replies. So I did not that I didn't see them or not like get back to you, but I will work on them tonight after class. So, all right. So this is going to go something like this, and then when you shut that, it should cover it perfect. Now, the fun part: ribbon and bling. Okay, so this ribbon is a little bit different on here. So Noreen, do you know D? Because I am pretty sure D is from Hagerstown, Maryland, unless I got D's city and state wrong. But D, aren't you from Hagerstown? I'm pretty sure you are. Okay, I'm curious if you guys know each other, or maybe that town is very, very big. So cut yourself about 4 inches 2 times. So 1, 2, like that. And you're going to put them both together. Thanks for sharing, Judy. You're going to actually fold them in half like this so that you have the little loop on this end. And then fold it one more time. Oh, there you go. Dee, do you know Noreen? I wonder if you guys do. All right. Then once you have it through, you have your loop on this end. What I do is I open up that loop and I stick my tails through it. Okay. And then you have to very gingerly pull the ribbon. You can't just pull this. It will rip your tag. And then, oh, you were Noreen. Oh, Melanie Foy, Noreen's Secret Santa. Awesome. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So you kind of gingerly pull your tail. So I'm pulling from down here, and that's helping me make my little loop smaller. So the reason, you guys, I did 2. So generally I would do 1, but you have a whole roll of ribbon. And this looks super cool having 4 tails coming out versus 2, right? So that's how I did that, okay? And then lastly, I would put dimensionals behind it. And then we're gonna stick that to our card front, kind of at an angle. I'm saving room because I'm gonna put a big gem right there. Kind of at an angle, and then you can fan out your tails at the top. Now, I have my pack opened already, so but I have enough in here that we're gonna go to town using these. So pick your tool. Yeah, 3 from the Hagerstown area. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, and then so I'm using a big pale papaya in the middle of the 2 pale papayas. So grab 2 of them, and they go there. And then I put 1, 2, 3, 4 smaller ones. So these genial gems are awesome. They have a big and a small, and they have pale papaya, and they have a soft succulent color. So they're in there. And grab a couple more. And there's gonna be 1 there, and then I added 2 green ones. So that was a lot of pale papaya going on. And so then I'm gonna go to my green ones, and I'm gonna put a green one up there. And I think those are big. So I got some loosey-goosey ones down here. Those are big, small ones. So let's grab this guy right here and put him there. And then I've got, you guys have went to town. When you guys get your own pack of embellishments from me, then I put tons of them on. Okay? Use them up. So fun. Like blinging it up is the best part of my card, I think. All right, we're gonna get this guy. Oh, did you guys? Oh, it flew away. Hang on, I see it. We're gonna go get it. I got it. It's right over there. Okay. And then last but not least, we have to trim off our tails, okay? Because they're a little bit long. So I'm not gonna do them all the same. I'm gonna do different heights. I'm gonna do different angles. And then this one goes that way. And the last one, we'll bring it back. Okay. So, thanks for sharing, Susan. Hi, Susan Reed. Lots of bling. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you wanted an odd number, you could put like 1 more right up here if you wanted. But there's so much going on that I think that maybe 12 of them is good. and you've got a cute little tag, a feel better friend, and then more gems in the inside. And then you can write your little love note on the inside. Now, what I heard people liked is because they get a pack of paper here, this is where you could take in your envelope flap, you could take one of these extra pieces and put this on your envelope flap to decorate so that your envelope outside matches the paper on your inside of your card. So that's what's super cool about that, having the extra designer paper. So I'm not gonna put these away because we need them on the next card. We need them on all of our cards. So we're gonna just set that right off to the side. You guys, we got one done. Woohoo! Okay, yeah. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I gotta get some stuff put away, otherwise it's hard for me to keep going here. So we've got this card in the books. Yes, very nice, very nice. Which one? Okay, so this one's gonna go here and we're gonna grab this one next. So we've already done our stamping and we have done our paper cutting. So the kit that you guys have next is actually, it's got two mats actually, two bases. It's all about the base, no trouble. This card, when you open it, it opens this way and then it opens this way. And then you have your white piece here that goes on the inside like that, okay? So when you look at this, when you guys open up your kits, you should have just cut your two designer papers here. So these are Nancy's, so let's give these back. This is mine, we'll give this to Nancy right here so that she's got hers cut. You have two like card bases actually. So you guys, I actually, thanks for sharing, Betty, I appreciate it. This is the bark embossing folder, and when you cut it, you fold it and then it actually gets run through the embossing folder all together like this. Cool? So that's one of your bases, and then you have another one that's 4 by, I can tell you really quick. This one was 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. This one is 5 1/4 by 8 and scored at 4. And so when you score this at 4, this gives you your traditional mat, 5 1/4 by 4, and that goes here. And then you guys cut your mat, and I definitely have mine too big, so you guys get to see this in action again. I generally do mats at 5 1/4 by 4, but this one needs to be 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Nope, by, so there you go, by 5. Okay. I gave Naughty Nancy hers back, so that's why this one's mine and we got to cut it again. All right, so I had cut that just a little bit too big, so that's going to go there. And then you guys will have, you've already cut this mat, which goes onto our soft succulent, which goes onto our Misty Moonlight, which will eventually go over here. So that's kind of what we got going on. Now this little die, it comes from the Harvest Dies, which was a stamp set bundle that carried over from the holiday catalog. This is your inside, and then you should already have this stamped. And so our inside though, what did I do on mine? I put those flowers, so we're gonna stamp them again. Well, we're not done stamping, you guys. So let's move these out of the way. So let's pull in our soft succulent again. And then that big stamp is here. And we're going to grab out our piercing mat again, and we're gonna get our stamping done. So when you have a big focal image like this, don't be afraid to use it. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for telling me they're pretty cards. They're so pretty. I would be very happy to get one of these in the mail. So don't be afraid to use your big focal image, but only use it in the bottom corner. I like to decorate the inside to match the outside. So just find a good spot for it and then go for it. And then that's what's gonna go in the bottom corner. And then the saying comes from the set. So you guys, all of the sayings that I'm using tonight, all 4 of these sayings are the 4 sayings that come in this bundle. So that might be done and it might not be, but anything is possible. It started with a dream. Who knows that song, you guys? Stampin' dedication, da 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 da. If you're ever on hold with Stampin' Up, that's their song. Oh, all right, so that's anything is possible, and it goes on our little tag here, and that's in Misty Moonlight. And make sure you're holding your stamp right, so you stamp it nice and good. So anything is possible. It started with a dream. You guys, I can't remember the next line. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you've ever been on hold with Stampin' Up!, that is what they play for you. All right, so we're gonna do a little coloring. So here's where you guys I got. So these are colored in with markers. And then if you look at the inside on this one, I did the whole stamping thing. So we're gonna do the whole stamping thing because that seems easier at this moment in time because we're gonna do it on both. So let's grab here and grab our big flower because the big flower is easiest to start with, right? Because that one makes the most sense to me. That's gonna go right there. Perfect, right? And then on this piece right here, the big flower. So he's the easiest one to pick out. I was never in the choir, Jeannie. I don't sing very good. I am a good parrot. I can repeat things, and what I don't remember, I make up. So I've been known to make up lots of, I've made up lots of lyrics to songs. It's something that Tyler makes fun of me for. Okay, so this other little flower then, he fits over there. Okay, I got that one figured out. And that needs to be right there. And this one fits right here. Okay, so far so good, you guys. And then we've got all these little schnittles ones, these little dudes. So you got a little guy that can fit there. And then this little guy can fit there. Then it's that double flower, you guys. So there's that stamp set that has 2 flowers on it. I know you guys can probably see it, but it's not jumping out to me an obvious. Big one. Here it is. Nope. Yep, there it is. Okay, so these are the double ones. So there's a big one and a small one. And then there's a big one and a small one. Okay, and then here, big and small. And we talked about if this is too much for you, you should definitely think about coloring in with markers. Okay, the next color then is Soft Succulent. Jeannie, you were just asking for a friend. I love it, of course. Yeah, the only thing I did musically, so my family and I, we are not musically inclined at all. Like, my brother Tom and I both had music lessons when we were younger. Not music, piano lessons. And that lasted a couple years, and that was it though. So I can play Heart and Soul for about 2 lines, and that's about the dun 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 dun. That I can do that for a little bit. And Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's about it. So yeah, you guys would not want to hear me sing. So let's put the leaf over here, and we're gonna put a leaf right there. Okay. The abstracty thing is not my cup of tea so much, but for the next one, instead of doing that, I'll show it to you, but we'll color the next one with our markers. How about that? Okay, that was just really easy actually, though, just stamping. So let's do a little gluing and see what we can't get glued down. So do these 2 things first. So flip them over and grab the glue. Oh yeah. My Aunt Marge, though, she is very musically inclined, as is her daughter, Sarah. They were the musical talent in the family. Sarah went to school to become a music teacher, so Marge was a music teacher. And so I did not get any of that. And that's on my my mom's brother's wife, so it's not like blood. So we didn't get any in our bloodline. Okay, so this flips over. You guys, I know this flips over. And then a little bit more liquid glue on both of these. And this one goes on our inside. Okay, so you're centering it top to bottom, left to right. It's just a traditional mat going on the inside of your card, making sure your fold is on the right because you're gonna open it up this way. And then this layer goes on here. And good. Now this gets glued on the inside, so let's do that. And then Gosh, this card's coming together really great. So when I do these ink paper scissors, you guys, when I'm designing, I try to get the ribbon all done in different ways on each card so that it's not always the same. So that's going there. Now, do you remember that last card, how I did the dimensionals? I did on this side, close to the edge, and then I do on this side. So I'm gonna guess how high, so that high, and close to this edge, okay? So when I pick all these off and pop them off, so now I've got 2 columns of dimensionals. I'm just gonna be putting this, you know, centered top to bottom. And I did do it a little bit more to the right than the left so that I could see a little bit more of that embossing on that side. Okay, now our flower, I'm gonna pop that up with dimensionals. So put them all the way around the edge. Oh, there's one more right there. And then we're gonna do our label last, which is, if you guys saw Kelly's card, I'm not sure where I set it. So this guy goes like this. Now you guys could color your flowers. I just did pale papaya, but you could have put misty moonlight in here as well. You at home when you're putting your cards together, you can do them however you want. So I showed you guys Kelly's card earlier that she had gotten from Arliss for the scrappy technique. I don't even know where I set it at this point, but she had done the lamb technique. That's what we call that. And so that's what we're gonna do on the back of this label. So what you're gonna do is flip it over and you're going to grab some tear and tape and you're gonna run your tear and tape down the bottom edge of the label. So you can see that it's down there and then you pick that off. So now you've got double-sided tape down there and you're gonna grab your ribbon and start the end of it with a tail. Oh, I'm freezing. Oh man, freezing. I caught it. So let's see here. Hang tight. I know that it's stuck. So we're gonna take it off and you guys get to see my mug shot right here. And then we're gonna try to flip the camera back on and see what happens. And maybe I need to take the camera off altogether, but we'll see here what's going on. And we'll get it right back. We've gotten really good at this, you guys. So we can make it work. And as soon as I flip these two back together, then it generally works for us. And we're back. See, it's back. It's already back, I think, here. And come on, we can do it. Hang on, no crying and stamping, you guys. It's coming back. So let's see if that does it. And we'll connect this really quick. See if that works. Don't worry, we're good. Let's see if that did it. Because I think that we should be back in business, okay? So no worries, you guys. We got her. Just hang tight. We're going to do our lamb technique, and then we're going to be good to go. So, I think the hand check is good. Yep, you guys are still there. See, we got it. It's as soon as I see it happen, then we fix it. So let's just hope that's the only time it happens all night. Okay, so we had the lamb technique. And so what I did is I put a little tail here on the end that's attached to the tape. And then what you have to do, I never look at it from the back as I'm doing this. I'll be honest with you. I like to see what the front looks like versus the back. And so I take this and I loop it down and then I bring it back and I keep looping it, okay? So I'm gonna have maybe about 5 loops here and maybe only 6, oh, maybe 4 might be good. Okay, so I didn't look at the back as I was doing it, but I'm just weaving it back and forth. But now this is really not good because it's so loose. So we're gonna end it here. So grab your ribbon scissors and then we're going to put tear and tape over the top of that, okay? So grab the tear and tape. You're gonna put that right over the top and that's gonna help squish that, okay? I want one more. I feel like that should have been one more loop on the end. So, hi, Latokia. Okay, you guys, I'm a little bit picky, so I'm gonna make room for another one just because I feel like there should have been one more loop on the end, and that's okay. If you cut it, that's okay. You're just going to put one more loop right on the end and there. That's gonna fill that in really nicely. Now you're gonna have to cut it off again though. And we're gonna put one more little slip of tear and tape over that so that doesn't come undone. Okay, so then this goes right back over the top. So you guys, that is what we refer to as the lamb technique. Kelly's last name is Lamb, and she does this a lot. And she's been doing it for a long time now. I shouldn't say long time because that's not, it's been like a year or two, I'm not quite sure. But we coined it that because she does it a lot. And so then I started doing it a lot. And then after you've got the tear and tape on there, there's a lot of thickness there. So I'm only gonna add dimensionals to the top part now so that you don't need more dimensionals down there. Because if you look at this, I don't know if you can see it, but the ribbon is about the same height. Once it's all bunched up like that, it's about the same height as what the dimensionals are. Okay, so then this will go right onto where this is, and it kind of covers up. Ooh, one more thing though. This is already popped up with a dimensional. So the part that's hanging over the edge, I like to call it a double stack. I'm gonna put a second one on top. Otherwise, it's going to kind of go crooked like. And so that double, I call it my double stuffed Oreo right here. He's gonna go on the end. So all in all then, this is now flush, okay? And we might come back and Stella everything at the end, you guys, because she's not on my mind right now. All right, so now we can bling it up. So we're gonna do one there. I got one down here. And then let's grab some little guys. And I got one there. Okay. And then lots of pale papaya ones though, going in the, oh, they flip around, you guys. Did you just see what happened there? It flipped on me. So be very careful when you are working with your gems, not that they flip all over on you. So those two are gonna be big along with this one over here. And then the rest of these can be small. So 1, 2, buckle my shoe, 3, 4, shut the door. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 gems on here, you guys. Yes, the lamb technique is a lot easier than bows. I will 110% agree with you guys when you say that. You betcha. All right. So it's a fun layout, you guys. The opening it this way and then opening it this way. You know, it's just so much fun. You get a really long card and you really get to see the designer paper. Now, if you really wanted to, you could have put another mat like this right here and covered up some and just left a little border around and put another layer with a different sentiment right here. So, but the soft succulent and Missy, they really did a good job with their in colors coordinating from last year's to the year before. So it's just a super fun, pretty card. So yay, you guys, we got 2 done. And those are the 2 fun folds, okay? So the rest of these are not crazy fun folds. And these aren't the craziest of fun folds. They're just different types of folds. So, all right, so that one can go right here. Yay. All right, so this one's next. So you guys would have cut your designer paper here, these 2 pieces for this. So I'm gonna set these away for Nancy. So she has them. And by the magic of TV, I've got mine already die cut for me, yay. So now in your kit, what you guys should have here is your mint base, okay? Then you have your designer paper, and you have a white inside, okay? Blushing Bride. Now, if you notice, I had Anna die cut all of you guys would have your scallop label die cut out of the middle of this, because why cut more paper and you're going to cover that up anyways. So that is exactly what happened. This is embossed with the Painted Textiles embossing folder. So that's going to go here. You cut your strip of designer paper for this side here. And then this label. You guys will have to take your pokey tool and go poke, 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 and get these little insides out. And then that is gonna go here. You have this little white strip, which is gonna go in here. And then now we already did our flower, first thing, stamped it already in the mint, and that's gonna go something like that. So now we've got a little coloring to do and a little stamping. So let's do that. And so this white piece, I did the mint in the inside. So we'll grab mint back, and then our sentiment is in mint as well. So let's put that there, put our sample there, and grab this back, grab our piercing mat back, and the flower to me is facing this way. So instead of stamping it in the corner like that, I'm gonna stamp it on the left corner. So I always try to make heads and tails of which direction the stamp is facing so that I have it in my inside facing the way I want it. And I'm not worried, I don't ever worry about cutting off part of the stamp. It's okay, you can cut off part of the stamp on your image. All right, so there's that. And then the congratulations is on that little strip here. And so I move that piece out of the way because it's easier to see white on the gray. And so this congratulations also comes from the stamp set. Yeah, Amy, I agree. The blush, so blushing bride and mint, very soft and soothing. So the congratulations, and I think that's it. So we'll shut this for now in case I forgot anything. We can always come back to it. And then we can do a little coloring. So I will point out that there's a stamp in the set that looks like, see if you can see it if I show it to you like this. So you see that stamp? It looks like somebody's hair, like spiky hair, dude, like a troll or something, like the hair's coming up. That is actually a stamp for here. It does. It's supposed to fit right there. Okay, so there's a stamp for that. And also the leaves also fit in there, but I wasn't having that with this one. So I actually pulled in my soft succulent marker and I colored in, I thought it was better to do a little coloring for this one. So, do you guys know, are there mint? I wonder if there's mint. I wonder if I did mint. Hang on. Oh, you know what? I would bet you any money that it wasn't soft succulent, but it was mint. They have mint blends. I think I have that incorrect on the PDF. You guys, there are mint blends. So I pulled in the mint blends. So let's put this. Oh, that's very close. If you don't have mint, but you have soft succulent, you could definitely get by with using the soft succulent because it's very, very close. So I chose in this case to do coloring. So all of you guys, if you are not all about, and maybe you don't even have the stamp set, if you had something else, color in your flowers however it is most appealing to you. I'll be honest with you, if you are not a big fan of that abstract stamping like there is, this is another way to color them, and that is the light. So I'm going to do that at the skinny end first, and then I'm going to go back and add a little color with the thick end. Okay, so it's definitely mint on here. Okay, soft succulent could get by with that, and that would be fine. The markers are very close. So I did mint macaron, and I did the dark end, or the thick end and the light end, and it kind of gave me two different tones going on. Now, you guys might know me a little bit. I love purple. So I definitely decided to make my flowers purple. You could get by with daffodil, you could get by with misty moonlight, and I think honestly misty moonlight would look really pretty because it would pull out some of the misty moonlight, but there is purple back there. So it's your call, you guys. Make your cards however you want to. Just make sure that you like them when you're done. And so this is actually light Highland Heather, and so I'm going to do a little bit of light Highland Heather in here. And you know, I might do fresh freesia is coming to my mind right now. that I might pull in fresh freesia and finish off the rest of that in fresh freesia just to see once how that works. Anyways, there's markers. Definitely, let's see where fresh freesia might have fallen. Ah, right over here. Hang on. They were also prepped for you guys for class tomorrow night. I'm going to see once what fresh freesia looks like for finishing this up, and see once what it looks like with the two-tone here. So let's put here. So when you are doing two different colors mixed together like that, the goal is to not see the line where they meet. So what I will do is I'll color, and then I'll make sure I go over that line so that kind of disappears. And as you go over it more, that line goes away. Let's go round and round in circles here. So I definitely, when I'm doing two colors, I will go over the other color as well. Okay, so it's looking like we've got a really pretty purplicious flower, you guys. And it's so crazy when you mix different colors together how the blending actually takes over and you get different colors. And so I'm going to show you a close-up here so you guys can see that you can see a distinct line there. So now when I go over this one more time, it's going to blend it a little bit more. And it's going to almost take away that line so that you don't see it. And you just got kind of like a fading of light purple into dark purple. And you can always go back and add a little bit more color if you want. But I think that looks cool because it's kind of like a pinky purple. All right, so super cool. So you guys, when it comes to the coloring, I did list in the PDF, I'm sure I listed pale papaya, Highland heather, soft succulent. But even if you don't even have the blends, you could use water-based markers for coloring. You could, even if you don't have markers, you could probably pull in watercolor pencils like this and use them. Like when it comes to coloring, and you can just use whatever you have for coloring. All right, so let's assemble some things. So we can put this on, and we can put this on, and we can glue this. So I'm gonna flip over a few pieces here, and we are going to put a little adhesive on this one, on this strip, and then the back side of the pink. Okay, and then this would be really pretty to put on your envelope to match. If you want to decorate your outside of your envelope, that would be cool. Okay, so this strip of designer paper, that will go on our left edge over here. And if you're hanging over any, it's okay, just trim off the white. If your white is too short, you can trim off, or you can either trim designer paper or the white to make it right. This one, there's a pattern to it. Make sure your leaves and stems are going the right way. That's gonna go right on here. I found a gem back here. What is that? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's a faux sea glass shape. And then this little guy, he's going to go onto this piece right here. And if your sentiment is a lot smaller or different, you can always trim that down just a hair. Okay, so we've got those all glued. Then let's glue our inside. If you guys want to color your inside, you are welcome to. I won't know if you do or you don't, and I'm not going to on this one. Whoever wins this card is more than welcome to color in the inside. How does that sound? Okay, so that goes on the inside like this. And now this piece of white. Now you gotta be careful, you guys. When you glue this, you don't, hi Sue Sorrell, you don't wanna put adhesive in the middle here, because if you do and you set this down, you're gonna get adhesive through your hole, okay? So when you do this, you have two options. You can either glue the edge of the white, or you could, in essence, put a little bit of glue around the edge of that, like that, and that's plenty. And then now you don't have to worry about the glue going through, okay? So we got this. Okay, very nice. And then you're gonna need to grab your tear and tape, and we're gonna do the ribbon next. So this ribbon is fun. I had a lot of, it was fun thinking about how to do this ribbon. So I'm gonna do it a little bit different. So I put my tear and tape on the back to make my tear and tape sandwich. And then what you're gonna need to do is cut yourself some pieces, 2 pieces to be exact. for right now. So 1 and then 2. And if you look at the card, there are 2 ribbons overlapping, and then my knot is 2 together. Okay, so how do you do that? The first one goes down, and it is about maybe 3/4 of an inch from the bottom edge. So you put your first one down, just like that. You guys, I never flip it over and put my tails down, because then you're guessing what the front looks like. So I put that tear and tape in the back, and then I hold my ribbon in the front and just flip my tails behind. And so there's still tear and tape back there. So next I'm gonna take this one, and I'm going to overlap it slightly so that you can see there's 2 of them there, and then flip my tail and flip my tail. But now I wanna make sure that it's super secure. So I'm going to put another tear and tape and another tear and tape back there. But I'm gonna leave them. I am not going to pick them off. The reason I'm not picking them off is because I'm gonna put dimensionals everywhere else. And if this is not quite as high, it's actually a little bit thinner than these dimensionals. So I'm just going to prep dimensionals all the way around, and then I'm gonna pick off the dimensionals. Look at me, I'm almost gonna use this little sheet of paper pumpkin dimensionals up. It's getting close. So I'm gonna leave these flat, because otherwise it'll wanna stick flat there. So we're not going to worry about that right now. So we're just gonna pick off all of these guys. And then this now goes on to our card front. Hildenelle, yes, I started off with Highland Heather, and then I mixed it up and I added fresh freesia to my tips. So I have frosted fresh freesia tips. So I think that I used Highland Heather Light, and then I used fresh freesia Light, if I'm not mistaken. Light fresh freesia, yep. So it was originally Highland Heather. Okay, so then this just gets centered on, you know, if you guys wanted to, you could have cut something out of the middle of that, like a label or like a stitch rectangle. You should have cut something out before you glued it though. Okay, all right. Now, this is going to get popped up with dimensionals over the top. But you have to be very careful, because if you just put it on the ribbon's loose and it's gonna migrate around. So to pickle that situation, what I'm gonna do is grab a glue dot and take my pick tool, and I'm gonna prep a couple glue dots right underneath my ribbon so that my ribbon is nice and secure. So now when I push this down, my ribbon is not gonna be all wiggly wobbly on me, okay? Yes, thank you so much, Hildenelle. So now that's secure, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take the edges of my dimensionals here, and I'm going to prep 2 tracks, one on the top and then one on the bottom. And then that's gonna kind of half catch the ribbon, half catch the paper, right? So take this and take that off, created 2 tracks from the edges of my dimensionals. And then I've got this so that you can see the ribbon on the right here, and got my humps kind of centered on those, covered up the white slightly, and just so you can see the green. Okay, so that's what I've got. And then this flower, dimensionals at the top. And I'm going to put one of them on the top of this leaf. No, I'm not going to. We're gonna figure that out. Hang on. We're gonna just put 4 of them at the top. And I think what I'm gonna do, this is gonna sneak down slightly, and that one leaf is gonna cover over the top. But I'm gonna put a little teeny tiny bit of liquid glue right on my stem. And then, hi Barbara from Hales Corners, Wisconsin. Thanks so much. So now, because I have the ability, I can sneak, so I'm gonna cover up the seam here a little bit. So I'm gonna sneak that down right there. My leaf is gonna come up over the top, and I'm gonna kind of angle my flower. This is the one that I thought from Art Floral. If you guys had Art Floral, that would be a good replacement for this one here. Elaine, if you end up cutting extra kits rather than just one you have, I would buy one. If not, that's fine. These cards. Oh, so Elaine, you would make number 3. So at that point, yes. And then I need to also get some of the ribbon and the gems. And so I am putting an order in this weekend, especially because you gave me an order. I gotta get some orders in. So that probably would work out, Elaine. I will keep you posted. So now what you guys gonna do is grab your ribbon, use your ribbon scissors and cut yourself about 4 more inches times 2. And you're gonna hold them together and you're gonna tie a knot. Hi, Teresa. I'm so glad you think they're beautiful. Then this goes like, hello, Linda from Iowa. Woohoo. Did you guys see what I did? I just took 2 of them together and I tied a knot. And now it matches my double of my ribbon here. And then that's what's gonna go on the end with glue dots. So grab yourself another glue dot and I put that down on the ribbon. Then I figure out how my knot looks the nicest. So figure it, okay, like that might look good. And then I just squish it down good. All right. Okay, very cool. It's got a little bit of anglage going on. And grab your ribbon scissors now. And we're gonna trim the top one shorter than the bottom one. So the bottom one's a little longer. And now I'm gonna trim that top one shorter and the bottom one a little longer. And that's how you've got double, double, double trouble with our ribbon. Okay? So that was so much fun for me to do ribbon like that. Now, if you don't think that that one little glue dot is secure enough for you, you could, in essence, grab another glue dot and just make sure it's in there. Where did it go? It's right stuck on my thumb. And you just put that right in there and just do another one really good. And then these glue dots are super, super tacky and sticky. So one should be enough. All right, we're not done. We gotta do gemmies. So back to the genial gems. Don't be afraid to use a lot. You've got a whole pack of them, you guys. I got one over there. And then we've got some small ones. You guys see me go from my pick tool to my nail. It just depends on where I'm at with going for it. So there's that. Now, I did put a pale papaya small one over here on the corner. And then I did put, there's only one flower really it's so pretty though, right there. I hope you guys saw that. That was so cool. Putting that one right there is so awesome. What is the difference between ink, paper, scissors? Whoa, between a paper scissors and a ribbon scissors. Becky, good question. And then you have another one. So glue is for glue, and I write it on here, glue. So I use this when I cut dimensionals. You can see there's a lot of boogery stuff on here. It's like tacky adhesive. Okay, that does not work to cut ribbon. So if you would try to use this to cut ribbon, it gets caught right there where the glue is, and it's not good. Okay, so that's why you have a glue scissors. You have a paper scissors to cut paper, and you have a ribbon scissors to cut ribbon. Your ribbon scissors, you will pull somebody's hair if they use your ribbon scissors on glue or paper, because what happens is it dulls it. So the reason that you want a ribbon scissors is so that when you go to cut your ribbon, it cuts it. All right, so it doesn't get caught in the blade. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could leave it at 5 if you're happy with the 5, or if you want to go a little bit more bling happy, you could bling it up even more. But I might leave it like that. Now, again, we talked about your flower. Your flower could be yellow or misty, moonlight. It could be whatever your favorite color in the whole wide world is. It doesn't have to be purple. I only made mine purple because I love purple. Yes. So, and then you know what other people do is they actually tie a little piece of ribbon around their ribbon scissors. So if they don't see the words, then they can actually see the ribbon on it. And that really helps too, to keep them figured out. So, all right, you guys, we got 3 done. So there's our third card, and we have one more to do, which I love because it's all about the purple. So, all right, so let's put him away and grab the next card kit. Oh, there's my cover. I was looking for that. You guys are gonna have a hard time picking a favorite, I think. Okie dokie. You guys are gonna laugh because I do it to myself every single time. I always tell myself, bring down the punch. I need to put a Post-it note on the top of this that says, get the punch. Okay. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to grab Naughty Nancy's. Because I don't know if she's watching or not, so she won't know unless I tell her. But the reason I'm pulling out Naughty Nancy's is because the corners are rounded. And I always tell, and Carissa's going to laugh at me because she teased me today. She said, you always say that you're going to bring the punch down and show everybody the punches and all that good stuff. And then I always forget. So here's me forgetting again. So let's keep it real. So in your card, so this is what you guys get from me in a card kit for ink, paper, scissors. It's got all the papers. So you can see here the corners are rounded. That is from the Detailed Trio punch. And so I got to cut. I'm going to have to take these and do these to Nancy's. So we'll do that later. So let's grab this one and this one, this one. So this is what happens when I have some of these kit here is I completely swap out when I need parts. And so I just got to remember to punch them for her. Okay. So now we're back on track. Oh, I'm glad that they look great on the big screen. All new ribbon scissors get a ribbon tied to it. Oh, yes. So you guys, what happens is if your ribbon scissors ever starts to dull, you can get them sharpened. I don't know where, somewhere. And if it's not worth it, they're $10. You can just get a new ribbon scissors. And then this ribbon scissors would graduate down to a paper scissors. And your paper scissors can become your glue scissors, okay? Alrighty, so let's see this card, you guys. I love this card. This is, I think, my favorite. I made a triple bow here, so I'm going to show you guys how to make the triple bow. It's like a fabric scissors for quilters. You bet you don't use it. So I understand now why my mom would get mad at me. I always knew where the ribbon scissors was, right? Isn't it funny when you couldn't find the scissors in the house, but you knew where mom's ribbon scissors was? So you would go use mom's ribbon scissors? Not you probably, but in general, as a child, you would use mom's ribbon scissors because you didn't know where the kitchen scissors was because somebody else had taken it and never returned it to the drawer. But mom's ribbon scissors was always always where it belonged. Oh my God, that was so funny. Okay, you guys, soft succulent. And then you have 2 Highland Heathers, 2 basic whites, okay? I rounded the corners on all, like the top and the top of all 4 of these, okay? So that was done with the Detailed Trio punch. Someday I'll show it to you. Not tonight though, because I don't keep it down here. So this was the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I used the Mother of the Pearl. You can see how shimmery it is. It's so cool. Pretty paper. That's there. Then this die. This comes from the Hand Penned. It's that die right there. So use thick white paper. Thick white paper because it cut it better. But you still will need to poke out any parts. And I'm hoping and hoping and hoping. They should poke out really good. Okay, so get all those little bits and parts out. Make sure you get all those little dudes in the middle here. And if any of them kind of come bad, you could just take your scissors too and snip the ends. Like if they're just not quite cut all the way through. We try our best to make sure we're good. And then this one, pokey, pokey, pokey. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So you have that die, and that's die cut for you. And then also Anna cut this for you guys. This is from this die, and she actually has it because I designed another card for March. If you remember the Easter card, it had this around the edge. If you guys saw the Easter Bunny card, so this die actually comes from the Hand Pen set. So that was part of here. You have your Sacrificial Lamb, which is a 3/8 by 5-inch piece of soft succulent. And then your designer paper that you cut is a 5 by 2. And you'll make your bow in a second, but I think that's all the paper. So let's do our stamping first, and let's get that done. So that uses the thanks. So there's a thanks here. I stamped it in Highland Heather. If you wanted to use soft succulent, that could definitely be an opportunity for soft succulent as well. Our inside is that. Okay, so let's do our thanks first. It's generally up in the top right corner. So you can put all this stuff down as a guide just to help yourself to see if, but I'm just going to wing it and go for it because I have an idea that if I stamp it in the exact same spot as that, I should be good to go. If you don't do good, you can still flip this over and do it on the other side. Now, this thanks to is nice because there's higher and lower, so you won't look like you're crooked if it is crooked, because like there's some up and some down. So that's awesome with this stamp. It's a very nice one. The inside. So that's the outside. Then we have the inside is that, what did we stamp that in? Soft succulent. Let's see what I stamped it in. Soft succulent. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna do that in soft succulent as well. I know, Chris is watching right now. She's laughing at me because I did not bring the detailed trio punch down here. Yeah, this is what I do. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna take the whole stem off of here and we're just gonna put part of that on the bottom corner like that. And boom, like that, okay? So if you want to color it in, go for it. You can do it. Put your mind to it. And we'll put this over here. Now, you guys might need some sponge daubers, and we'll leave the scratch paper here. So now you're wondering, how does this work? You guys have a white piece of flower power here, right? But if you look at the card, it's not white. It's actually purple and green, oh my. And so you've got a little work to do to get it to this. And how you do that is you will need those two ink pads. So the soft succulent and Highland Heather. And that's why I brought the daubers in. And so let's see here. I think they're both cleaned out. It's always good to test daubers in case you're wondering. So let's grab a new piece here though, because it's really hard to see this. So you have this thick white piece and you have leaves on here and you have flowers. And the leaves are gonna become the soft succulent and the flowers are gonna become Highland Heather. So there's one, and then there's a leaf over here. We just did the Heart and Home class, you guys, last week, and we did this card, and we colored all of that with sponge daubers. So super cool. So now we're gonna do more sponging here. Okay, so there's that one. This is how we are coloring our leaves on here. Okay, so you guys see what's happening? You've got green leaves. Beautiful. So now grab your other dauber and grab the other ink color, and we are going to color our flowers purple. It's really cool. It creates a neat little stencil too. Like if you guys are looking for, if you like to do that kind of shading with stenciling. Now here you're gonna do purple flowers. So wherever you see flowers, just fill them in. If you like it lighter, do it lighter. If you want to add more color, you can always add more color. Just know that, like with ink all the time, if you want, it's always better to do less and then add more if you need to. But this one, I'm trying to go lighter and darker just to get different tones, okay? And then, got a lot of color on him. And a little bit more right there. So, you can see now what happened is our white piece just became this cool colored, like, oh, so cool. This is the first card I made. And I was so happy with this card. I would have been good with just 4 cards that were all the same one that looked like this. But now when you look at this, you're like, you have 2 options, right? You could leave it like this. But I thought, well, my flowers look white. I'm like, I want purple flowers, right? You can see my flowers are purple behind. And I'm like, wow, with this dye, this mother of pearl Stitch So Sweetly dye, the leaves kind of actually, almost all except for that one, go off the edge. But I'm like, how do I get my flowers purple? So, you know what I did? You gotta be careful, guys. And you don't have to do this. If you are good with it, with being on your card, with it being white and pearly underneath, go for it. If you do have Highland Heather in light, which is this one, Highland Heather. You guys, these are very similar, but or Fresh Freesia in dark, either one. This is how you need to do it. And I don't like guessing. I'm not good at guessing all the time. So I knew that I wanted color to be underneath where the outline is and not to be everywhere else, right? So what I did and you got to work fast. You can't keep coloring over and over. It gets really streaky. So what I did is I set it exactly where I was going to put it, and I took one hand and I held that up, and I colored, and I kind of estimated. I didn't guess. I estimated where my flower is. Okay? Now I'm like, oh, I want that a little bit darker. Now here's the problem. When you go over it for a second time, if you do, so maybe do the do the dark Highland Heather. Or if you like the light, it's really up to you. But when you go over a second time, is kind of when you start to get weirdness going on. It starts to get streaky. So that's the light. And then I'll grab the dark Highland Heather. That's Freesia. We'll grab the dark just to see if there's a difference here. So I held it. You see that? By holding that where I wanted it, it kind of helped me color behind it. So it gave my flowers color. So I've got a couple more to do. So let's do the dark now. And it'll look cool. It'll be like two-tone flowers. So hold that back where you had it. And we're going to now hold this side up. And we're going to kind of ballpark really good where our flower is. Again, if you go outside the lines, it's not the worst thing. It's abstract like everything else. That was with this set. Okay, but that's what I did. And I'll show this to you. This is what it looks like. But you do need to use alcohol markers. You cannot use water-based markers on this pearlescent paper because it's shimmery and glossy. Do you clean your daubers like stamps? Wendy, I will take this dauber and I will take it right to my sink, and I will take it and put it under the faucet, and I'll just rub my finger and get as much ink out of it as I can. But you saw when I first started, they had a color that was stained on them, and that's okay. So, but yeah, I just run them underneath the faucet. I don't clean them out like my stamps and my chamois. So this is what this looks like, you guys. And again, don't use water-based markers. They have to be alcohol markers. So they'd have to be the Stampin' Blends or any other alcohol markers. And you're kind of just guesstimating in a good way where it needs to go. So something like that. If you feel like you missed a little area, go back and kind of touch up a little bit. But that's how I got this to look like it did. Okay, I hope that all made sense. So with that, that means that I think we're ready for our final assembly. So flip these over. Nope. Flip this one over and flip this one over. Oh, that's like one of my favorite patterns right here. Covering up the purple, it almost made me cry a little bit, but we're going for it. If you like the purple on the front, you could definitely do it. So this white, I just realized the DSP might be a little bit long. If we cut that at 5 inches, it should be 5. I noticed here though that mine is, so this is where a paper scissor comes in. You take your paper scissors and you can just trim, follow that with a guide, the edge, use the edge as a guide and just trim that off. Okay, then this one goes on one of our purple mats. You gotta make sure you get the corners lined up so that you have rounded with rounded. Okay, so that's our inside. All right, so I needed to sneak this in here. So you guys, hopefully you didn't glue it so close to the edge, but we're going to, I meant to put that down first. I just looked at it. I'm like, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Hang on. I didn't glue so close to the edge, so I can sneaker this in here. So that needed to go right. You see, there's a little bit of stitching right along the edge there, and I wanted to see that stitching. So because I generally only glue up to about 1/4 inch away, I could tuck this in really easily. It really was good. Hi, Lila. And then snip that off. All right, so now we're back in business. And then you have your sacrificial lamb. The reason that you guys have a sacrificial lamb is because if you would just put the ribbon down, you would see a lot of distraction behind it. Now, if you like that, that's quite all right. You could use it like that. But what I generally include when there's ribbon like that, I put in something to help so that you see the solid color through the ribbon. Okay, so I refer to this as a sacrificial lamb because its only purpose is to make the ribbon look prettier. And that comes from when I had to change my water heater. I learned about the sacrificial lamb in the water heater. I'd love one of these cards, then maybe I'd finish at least one. Yeah. Oh, these are so pretty, you guys. I just love them all. So now I'm just gluing my sacrificial lamb on here like that. And again, if it's too long, take your scissors, trim off the tail. It's better to have it too long and trim it off flush than to have it too short. Now you need your tear-in tape, and you're gonna make your tear-in tape sandwich. Yeah, you guys, whenever you have ribbon that's like organdy or kind of sheer or see-through, you definitely want to put a sacrificial lamb. So I'll tell you, Diane and I worked on cards for the Flowering Rain Boots for next month. Actually, it's in April. And we actually used the Pool Party sheer ribbon, and we put Balmy Blue underneath it. And so it's like you don't even know that it's sheer ribbon, but there's a sacrificial Balmy Blue lamb behind there. Yeah, so that helps so that you don't see the we do that on seams and stuff. So, okay, so you guys got to cut a little ribbon. So now that you got your sacrificial lamb, let's just cut a hair over what we need. And again, you guys, from the front, it takes a while to get used to this, but from the front, get it lined up. With a flip of the tail, it goes behind with ribbon staying straight. Hi, Sandy Zdoon. Late, but not so late that you came at the very, very tail end. We're on the last card, but we still got a little work to do. So you can definitely catch the replay. So I think we're done with tear-in tape, so we'll put that away. This time I'm going to pick this off, and we're going to put a little liquid glue now there, and now we can do this one. Okay, we got our two glues going on. This one needs to go on our outside purple mat, and this one goes on our inside. So you guys, I purposely did not round all four corners of each of the mats because I liked the look of just the top being rolled like that. Then this flips over. We'll flip that over. This one gets liquid glue. Remember to put your rolls at the top. And then this other label gets dimensionals. Oh, we're so close to finishing the sheet. Let's use up this side. I'll feel good about getting rid of the edge. We'll put that. Oh man, it's just a little too long. So we'll put that there. And we'll put that one up here. And then one little guy in the middle. Oh, you had choir practice. Awesome. We were singing earlier. Well, I should say I was. I didn't hear anybody else singing, but everybody had to endure my singing for a bit. Make sure you get your flowers in the right area. And then that's going to go, I've got like one little hump showing over there. And that's going to go here. And now this, you're wondering, how do I glue this, you guys? Very, very carefully, okay? This is where if you had your adhesive sheets at home, you could have made this into a sticker. But you don't have to worry about the leaves are hanging over. So, but you just got to get a little bit of glue on some of the bigger areas and don't worry about the rest. How does that sound? So as long as you get some glue on some of them, you should be good to go. And then make sure you have your bigger leaves up at the top hanging out because that matches how you colored it. And that goes right here. Perfect. All right. Let's put some gems on before we do our bow. So I was so trying to get rid of some of these. Oh, this one I'll get rid of. Okay, so we've got a green here. There's a green over here. Oh, so you guys, the pale papaya look really good on top of these little tops. So they look like cone flowers to me. But if there's one there, depending on your paper and how you cut it, you might be able to fit that little gem on the flower like the cone flower, okay? And then I did another greenie right there. And I can see that my angle was different. This is up higher, so I put a gem there, but I feel like that's too crowded over there. So let's work on our pale papaya. So there is a big one in the middle of that dude. And, oh, you can see here I kind of missed a little section of my flower. So I'm just going to go in, and that's the wrong color. Let's see if it's this dark one here. Dark freesia. I'm going to try to color that in ever so little bit. There, okay. And then little guys for the rest. So let's use my tool here. we got the tool, we might as well use it, right? It just makes it a lot more efficient. So you guys are really gonna go through the papaya gems, I think, because I really put them on a lot, like all the middles of the flowers. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we did good. Got lots on this one. We can always add more too. But you guys, it's time for the bow. So the bow, oh, I still have one left on that. I so badly wanted to, I might put it on yet. So this bow is a triple bow. So Humpty Humpty Hump, right? 3 of them. So let's show you how to do that. So you got to have your bow maker, and it's about, what is that? If you're looking for exact measurements, oh, there's my ruler. It's about 2 inches, okay? So you need to grab your ribbon, and I am a right-handed person, so I'm gonna grab the loose end with this, and I'm gonna wrap it around 3 times. So here's 1, 2, 3. And I wanna make sure I have about this much left to tie my knot. And then the loose end goes under, cross them like an X, and over with the loose end, and then under, and now you have to make a knot, okay? So you've got the loose end on your left and the tied one on the right, and so I'm going to, I shouldn't say tied, but attached. And then as I tighten, I go left and right and to the down angle. So I'm gonna tighten this and pull them down to the left and to the right. You guys, I did a 24 or 5 or 9 minute Tip Tuesday on how to use the bow maker. So if you're ever wanting to see that in action again, you go to the Cards by Christine Facebook page and you type in Ribbon Maker Tip Tuesday in the search function field, and it should come up. So I know I just shared it. Who did I just? Anytime you guys buy a bow maker with me and you ask me for directions, I send you to the video, okay? So now you just made yourself the most amazing triple bunny bow here, triple bunny eared. And so I try to frou-frou the bunny ears so that they're kind of out and not all tucked in, right? So you got this cute little bow. And bow makers, I have them, you guys. My neighbor, I used to babysit for his kids. So my old neighbor, he makes them now. And so there's a front and a back to the bow. So you wanna look at it to see where the knot is tied. And then you're gonna put a glue dot right here. And what I might do is, because we don't have any adhesive on our ribbon on the front, and I'm putting something onto it, I like to, if I can, I'm gonna pull up the ribbon ever so slightly and get a glue dot under there. So now that it's not gonna be floppy on the ribbon, and then grab another glue dot and put that right over the top. And then this little dude is gonna go right there. And now I can finagle my tails. So they look like they're doing really good. They're behaving really well. So in all honesty, you could leave them, but sometimes they trick you. And so I will go ahead and grab a glue dot, and I'm gonna put one right where I definitely want that one to go. He was a little floppy for me. So this one's good. I don't mind how this one's hanging out down here, but the other one was a little bit sketchy to me. So now that I have them securely positioned, now the last thing I do is trim my tails, because now I know where they're gonna sit on the card. And then I'm gonna take this one and make sure I don't trim the other one here. Yeah, I gotta get you out of there. There you go. So now this one's gonna trim. I never trim my bows before I put them on the card. I always have them on the card. And there you go. And that's just like, pull the little dude out here. You can fluff it up a little bit. Just a little bit. It's caught on my broken fingernail. There. There you go. Pretty pretty. Now you could also put some glue dots behind, but I think that that's pretty secure. And oh, I love this card, you guys. I think it's my favorite just because the bow and the purple and that mother of pearl. You guys, if you haven't bought that mother of pearl paper yet, it's 2 sheets, I think for $6, and it's 12 by 12. And it is so pretty. It's in the mini spring catalog. So, so pretty. So, I love it. Okay, so let's do a recap of what we made tonight and see what we got. See what your favorites are. So we had a lot of soft succulent tonight with the Misty Moonlight, with the Blushing Bride. Let's move this guy out of the way. And so I don't know. What do you guys like? I'm watching. You guys are saying beautiful. Looks fantastic. Oh, the purple one's your favorite too. Awesome. So you guys are telling me that. Love it. I love the fold on this one a lot. I love the different on this one too. Like when you get a card like this, they're just all fun. All right, Sandy loves them all too. So I don't know. I love the layout of all of these. I had so much fun, you guys. I sat down and I made these all in one night. I don't remember when, or like it must have been 4 weeks ago, something like that. It was after I got back from Florida. And I'm like, I got to get the ink, paper, scissors done. So Cindy likes the first one. Yeah. You guys, I forgot all about that little pillow box die. This little pillow box, pretty pillow box, that carried over from the holiday catalog. So it was so fun to be able to use that. I had never used those dies. So that was so cool. All right, so we've got them. It's always hard to just pick one, Judy says. Awesome. They're all great. All too pretty to choose, Carl. Yeah, you guys, they were so much fun. And they all came together very nicely. I will tell you, when you have this designer series paper and like a ribbon and an embellishment to go along, and then the coordinating cardstock, that's what's important too, is to have the cardstock. It's so easy just to sit down and create. You could take layouts from other cards and then bring in these products, and they just coordinate so well together. So they're so, so cool. I love it. So I think I have in my head, if I recall correctly, I got to check on Kathy King. Oh, I lost a stamp on the floor. Hang on. Oh, I heard it go. You never want a little teensy little stamp like this to land on the floor and run your chair over it and then never to see it again. So I have it in my head, Penny, Patsy, and Elaine, and to double check what I did with Kathy King. And so I will get everything straightened out, and I will get in touch with everybody to see what I can make happen. If there was one more person, then that would make 4, which is what I would love to make. If I'm going to make some more sets, I wouldn't mind making 4 at all. And I would plan to have them ready sometime next week, you guys. So no worries there. And if anybody missed out on Heart and Home from last Thursday as well, I have, I believe, 1 set left. And I didn't see any comments come through, so maybe if I missed them, then you'll have to tell me again. But yeah, so that was ink, paper, scissors, you guys. So let's just do a quick show you what's coming up for next month. So it's always better, you guys, sign up ahead of time so that we don't wait till the very end. Next month is featuring Artfully Layered Bundle. You will get a roll of the frayed. Noreen, yes. I think you said, and I saw a text message come through, Noreen, that you messaged me. You might have emailed me or messaged, but you would make 4 then. That would be, and Latokia wants one too. Well, so now I might as well make 8. So that's how I go. So all of you guys, it would be very helpful me if you would just send me a quick reminder if you haven't already, just to send me a quick reminder just so I don't miss anything, because I try to remember absolutely everything I can. But you know what? As I get older, I can find I walk into a room and I don't know why I walked into the room, but I knew I walked in the room to get something. And then I get down like from upstairs designing and come down to the room and I'm like, why did I come all the way across the whole house to get something? And now I went back upstairs and then I remembered what it was. Why does that happen? It's horrible. Horrible. My dad says, and this comes from my great grandma, Linda Hunt would like one as well. Cool. My dad says that it came from my great grandma. If you don't have it in the head, you have to have it in the legs. And you know what that means? That means if you forget it, you got to use your legs and your butt and your feet and your body to get up and go. Yes. So, and go get it. So, all right. Welcome to my world, Barb says. I love it. Okay. So I am just trying to make a quick note here. I've got the 5 of you gals written down, and then Noreen, I made a note that you want the fun folds as well. So fun folds, fancy folds, same thing in my world too. Okay, so we're gonna flip down and we're gonna show you guys the Artfully Layered. So this, you guys, is next month, March 31st, okay? 4 cards, roll a ribbon, you get a whole pack of the in color gems, and then a quarter pack of the Artfully Composed designer paper. And anything that is die cut that you see, like these leaves, is die cut. Your labels and your hippo die will be cut for you. And in class, like we did at the beginning, we will cut your designer paper as a group. And then this one is a book card. So we did a little fun fold on this one, and that opens like a book because there's a little binding. So again, that would be die cut. This would be die cut. Your leaves would be die cut. And then you'd have to stamp sentiment. So Artfully Layered, in case you guys are wondering, it looks like this. And so used hey there, sending all the hugs, happiest birthday wishes, and thank you. All of them come from this set. In addition, the leaves got used on the inside, and then these little baby leaves got used. So that is the stamp set that's featured for next month. This one, die cutting would be done. You got to stamp a sentiment, some leaves, and this one isn't. So another one with 2 fun folds. I love it. So we have like our, you guys, I feel like it should be like a little headband, and I put it up on my head like that. That's how, looks like a little feather. Okay, so that's me being funny. Okay, so that is your little belly band. It's adorable, and then we use a new die that's coming out in the wave dies. Were you wanting a kit to make sure she gets your name? Oh, Barb. Oh, Elaine, you were one of them. So you guys, I'm gonna write Barb Moynan. Barb, didn't you get one? We're gonna do door prize. We'll check if Barb's name is on the list. Okay, so you guys, not to keep you in suspense and waiting, but then this opens like this, okay? So, all right, so you get to cut your DSP, and then this will be the stitch greenery, which I'll provide to you. And you guys, this goes on here like a belly band. Okay, so 4 amazing pretty cards. So don't wait till the last week or day to sign up, you guys. If you're wanting this, they're all, okay, how the cost works. Ink, paper, scissors is for porch pickup, $30. And if you want it mailed, it's just an additional $6 to put it in a padded envelope. Are you getting tired? I'm getting witty, right? I'm feeling like I need a snack or I need to get a drink or something, but we're almost done, you guys. We're good. So 30 for porch pickup, 36 for mailing. Okay, so we were looking to see if Barb Moynan, you had signed up. So if Barb Moynan, then I would add you to the list. Barb, you didn't. You know, you guys, I have a lot of Barbs, and there was Barb Johnson was on this one. So, okay. So Barb Moynan, we'll connect and make sure if you do. I've got already 7, and if I missed, then I got to check Kathy King. Barb Barker, I want in for the set for ink, paper, scissors. Yes, Barb, absolutely. Barb Moynan, yes. So Barb Barco, I'll have to connect with you to get the $36 from you for it. So, oh, Sandy, I know, you're teasing. I'm good. But I could really go for a beer right now. I worked hard, and it is Thirsty Thursday. I know it's Stamping Thursday, but by the end of the week, it's always nice to have a good caramely amber beers in my head. Okay. So knowing, though, that you guys, that we have more people that signed up. So we are at 36. So then we have 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43. Yes, Elaine, you're correct. Only $30 for porch pickup is perfect. $36 for mailing. So now that I have that set, I have 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So I have 1 left, you guys. I'm going to make 8 more. And we started the show tonight, the live, with 1 extra. And now I still have 1 after making 8 more. But you know, guys, to make 8 versus making 4 is not much more time for me at all. So it's all good. I'm happy to do it. So you guys, we have 40, we're going to do 43 names unless, let's go. Yeah, come on over, Jeannie. We'll have a beer together. So we're going to do a random number generator. And I didn't write numbers next to everybody's name, but I'll do a quick count. So we go down to 36, and then we come over here and we hit the rest of them over here. So we got to just do here. We're going to go to Chrome and make some room. My phone is going, so you guys, my phone is on its last leg too. It's not last leg, but it's getting slow. and it's telling me that I don't have any more room for pictures, that I've used up all my memory and I have to delete pictures, and I don't have time to go in and delete pictures. So it just gets worse. So we have 43, and Barboinen, you are number 43, okay, girl? So we're gonna write in here 43, and we are gonna hit the word generate 25. So we're gonna do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pat Mater, I don't know if you are still watching, but you were number 25. And so just counted straight down. So I will have a little door prize gift for you. And how my door prizes work is it goes out in your next package of card kits. So I don't ship them out separately like maybe other demonstrators do. I'd wait until you have another package going out or another class that you signed up for, and then I throw in the little gift for you, and that's how I do that. So congratulations to Pat Mater. Woohoo! Okay, we got one thing done, you guys. We have mystery shares to do, and we also have the 2,500 likes. Could you imagine if 25,000 people like me? Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'd do. Okay, so let's flip down, you guys, and we're going to show you the mystery card here. You're very welcome, Pat. So, you guys, I don't know if you figured it out, but I hinted and alluded to this card a lot, right? So when Kelly came to me and was like, she was thinking about this layout for it. She's like, what stamps should I use? I'm like, well, I always love for the mystery card to feature the suite that I'm using for the month. And so I had showed her my card, and I'm like, wait, you can just flip it this way. And on here I had that little tab of ribbon I kept referring to. And so Kelly did the same thing on this one. She put that little tab of ribbon. She added a doily, just like I had on my card. And then when you flipped it open, it had the "You're the Nicest" on the bottom. And she could have stamped something else up here and put a little focal image, but we left it like that. And she added some classic matte dots. And so you guys, that was the mystery card that we made. And I don't know if she photographed it or not, but I will have to have it added to it if not. But mystery cards, you guys. So she grabbed everybody's name. We have 76 people. Holy Moses. Okay, so we're going to put in here 76. And now how I do it is Pat already won. So if Pat's name is in here, she went win again. So these are all unique winners now. So, and if the same person gets picked twice in the same drawing, they're just a lucky duck. Okay, so 76 people generate. 58, Julie Frost from Ohio. Woohoo! You are the first winner on the Facebook Live mystery card night share drawing. All right. Number 23, Melanie Foy. Hey, are you still watching, Melanie? I know you were on earlier. Congratulations, Melanie. And number 75, way at the end here, Lynn Beasley. Woohoo! Lynn Beasley from Utah. Okay, so just because we got so many names, we got 76 names, we're going to do one more just for S's and G's. 49. Okay. Susie Snow, awesome. Okay, so mystery share winners, the prizes are going to Melanie Foy, Susie Snow, Julie Frost, and Lynn Beasley. So just so you know, Lynn, I will probably put your prize in with your next card package that you have going out, which is relatively soon. I don't know, Melanie, Susie, and Julie, if you will or not, but I will find something nice and flat to mail for you, like a nice embellishment, and get that in the mail for you. So you guys have your prizes. I'll probably, because I don't know if, Melanie, if you're going to do a card class. Melanie, I don't know if you get into the fun folds, but I know Melanie Howe gets into the fun folds. The Melanies, I thought both of you guys like fun folds. So maybe you'd get a fun folds class coming up, which is in 2 weeks. Woohoo! Okay, so congratulations. Now, you guys, we've worked at this 2,500 likes for maybe, we did 2,000 likes on like February of last year. So it's taken about a year to get 500 likes, which is great. It's fine. I'm good with that. I'm happy with that because like in the last week, we've gotten 30. Isn't that crazy? So what I did at the beginning, on December 1st, we published a contest for sharing the Cards by Christine page and then commenting on the picture. There was a graphic, just like you do with Mystery Card Night. You had to comment on there that you did it. And so what Kelly did is she went back to that post and she grabbed everybody's name that commented that they shared. And there were 76 people that did. And so I'm not going to throw this sheet away, because if I draw a winner and that person doesn't want it, like what happened with Stacy Burns last week, Stacy already had the Honeybee Blessings bundle. So she forwent that prize. And the next winner was Deanne Estelle. So Deanne is getting that bundle at half off. And so that might happen with this. Somebody who I pick might be like, I'm good, I don't want it, draw the next name. So if that needs to happen, we will do another drawing, okay? And I've got it right there. I just got it. So it's all good. I don't remember how much shipping. Mary got it the last time, if I'm not mistaken, and the shipping might be like $10 or $11. Otherwise, if you're local, you could do porch pickup as well. So it goes for $60. Half off is about $33 with shipping. I mean, with tax, and then whatever shipping is. So, I'm glad that you liked watching and making these cards. Beth from North Carolina. Woohoo! Okay. All right. So you guys are going to flip our silkskin down, and we've got 46. Oops, I can't even hold the pen right now. Okay, 46, and we're going to click generate. Drum roll. 18, and I like it. Sherry Pemberton. Okay, Sherry, your name is completely unique and foreign to me. I apologize. I don't know exactly if I've encountered interactions with you. So this is kind of cool. So you are going to have to be following and watching, because I don't know if you even remember you shared. So I will be posting all the winners in a graphic post tomorrow morning saying congratulations like I normally do. So Sherry, if you're out there, I'm going to need your name, address, phone number, and if you want this. And if anybody knows Sherry, you guys, some people have actually seen other people win and they've told them to reach out to me, and that's how I've been able to get their prizes to them. So Sherry, congratulations. You guys, thank you to everybody that helped me do this, the drawing and do the contest. Without you sharing me with your friends and family, I wouldn't be able to grow my small business. And I love sharing stamping with you, and I love creativity, and I think that you like what I offer, because I have a lot of people that tell me that they really enjoy it. And that's what I try to make sure, that you guys are getting inspired and getting creative and having fun all at the same time. And I try to make you laugh as much as I possibly can. So I couldn't do what I love without you guys helping me and fueling the fire, I guess you could say. So thank you, and continue to share and like and comment. I really appreciate that, because when we hit close to 3,000, I will do another drawing. So for something else. So I have 4 more cards to give away. So I did this. So people ask, like, how do you get in on the drawing for the cards that I make? So every card that I make in a Facebook Live like this, I have given away. So you guys, I've given away thousands of cards, and I keep track. I've been keeping track of everybody who's ever won a prize from me, including something like that, or including cards or a door prize. I have kept track of it since the summer of 2020, and it's over 2,000. Is that crazy? So, Jennifer, I'm so happy you found me too. So you guys, I have given lots of cards away, and I've given lots of prizes away, and I keep track of everything. And you know what? I will be, and I've mentioned this a time or two, or maybe even 4 or 3, I have a stack of cards too that people have not claimed them, and I haven't given them away. I haven't done anything with them. I need to sit down and do a Facebook Live, and you guys are going to have some blast for the past. Out of 2,000 maybe cards, if that, I maybe have 50 over here, right? Which you may think is a lot, but maybe it's not, because out of the whole scope of how many, I'm going to do a separate Facebook Live some day before I go back from my leave of absence. So I'm marking my words here. By March 6th, I will do a short little Facebook, well, it might not be short, but because I like to talk. So before March 6th, I'll do a live, and maybe you love my sense of humor. Good. Sandy, thank you. I will do a Facebook Live, and maybe you'll see your name, because I haven't gone back. And if I started to connect with you and got your address, maybe 3 months later, I might not have gone back and connected the two. So I'd love to get the cards out to people that have won them, that didn't even know that they won them. So that's how that works. And what happens is, as long as you comment, I go back through the video, I scroll fast forward through, I stop it, and I stop on a name. And that's kind of like the easiest way to do it, you guys. I'll be honest, because there's no way for me to log every name that is commenting throughout all my posts. It's just crazy how much commenting there is, which is awesome. I love it. And so that's how I do that. So that when you comment, and that you comment that you share, every time you comment, that is more odds for me to randomly stop on your name. So that's how that works. So without further ado, drum roll, you guys. Okay. the ladybug, infamous ladybug card that we didn't completely finish making, got finished. And the winner chicken dinner is Miss Kathy Lester, Lester. Kathy Lester, you are the lucky duck winner for this card. Da-da-da, drum roll, please. The hey there card goes to D. Serena. Yoo-hoo, D, you won this card. I have your address, so I know where to send that. Da-da-da-da. This one goes to, this is our little fun fold that opens like this. This card goes to Lizzie Lister. So Lister, Lizzie Lister. I do not have your address, so you're one that I need. Da-da-da-da, drum roll. Oh, Karen, I'm so glad we connected too. Patty Wilger, woohoo! Patty, I have your address. I know where to send this. So you guys, I did two. I got lucky. I got two that I knew and two that I need to know. So if you guys know a Kathy Lester or a Lizzie Lister, or you guys are watching, all you need to do is give me your address and I will pop these cards in the mail. And to get me your address, you guys can text me, you can call me. Just, I will be honest with you guys. It's always best to check with a text first, because if you call me, I get so much spam, and I believe all of us get so many spammers calling. I had 5 today from random numbers, and I've gotten to the point where I don't always answer the phone if I don't know who it is, because I'm in the middle of something, and if it's like a random oddball number, whereas if you text me first or email me your phone number, I generally try to save your phone numbers in my phone, in my contacts, so if you call me or text me, I have your name. Right? Isn't that cool? So then I know you are trying to call me. So just know if you do call and leave a voicemail, I don't get to listening to my voicemails as fast as most. And so a text is always great. An email is always good. A Facebook message is good. So you guys, I try to respond back as soon as I can, unless I'm designing with Carissa like I was all day today. So then we're like, focused, laser beams focused on designing. So, all right, you guys. So my plan is for tomorrow night, we are going to be doing 3 cards. So in case you're looking for something fun to do tomorrow night, I have the sale-a-bration hoorah class. Okay. So 4 cards tomorrow night. Disclaimer, if you are watching right now and you are signed up for tomorrow, there's one piece of paper, a white one, that I forgot to put in your kit. And I'm going to email you as well. But I'm going to try to show it to you so you can see what it is. And I'm going to flip down. So in case you guys, 5:30 Central tomorrow night, another class. Yes, another class. You have to watch it. No, you don't have to watch it, but you can always catch the replay. But we're going to make this card with friendly hello. This card, you got either one of these designer papers or these, so not that you're confused when you get it, and that's my inside, which is always a loosey-goosey on the inside till after class, then they get glued in. But so we're gonna make these 2, well, this card tomorrow night, and then this one, you either got Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, or Coastal Cabana. And the piece that I forgot to give you guys, if you got the kit with me, I forgot to put this white piece in. And if you want to cut yourself your own white piece, I would absolutely adore you. 3 inches by 4 1/4. Okay. So if you want to cut your 3 inches by 4 1/4, I think it's a very rare occasion where I forgot a mat in a card, in a kit. It really doesn't happen. I think I can't ever remember that happening. But so this one, you guys, tomorrow night, this is a fun fold. So it's going to be super cool to make this card with you, and it opens up like that. So that's one of the cards. And again, you either got Pale Papaya, Coastal Cabana, or Fresh Freesia. And then the last one is our Island Vibes card. So we're going to make these 4 cards tomorrow night. So I am going to officially say that class is closed. Miss Latokia got the last card kit, and it went in the mail today to her. I am going to focus on ink, paper, scissors instead, so that I can get those extra kits made, and I'm going to say that this class is officially closed. So we made 36 kits. I had 9 last night, and we had, I think, 23 online, which is awesome. So, all right, you guys. So I think that's all I have for today. That was a little bit. I know that seemed like a lot because I think it took a little bit to cut the paper in the beginning, which we don't generally do as a group, and that took a little bit of time. So generally I try to keep the classes down to 2 hours so that I don't have to go to the bathroom so bad by the time I'm done, and that I'm not very thirsty. But 5:30 Central tomorrow night, and then you guys, nothing over the weekend, but my plan is maybe on Monday, I will have the Memories and More card class ready for you, and I will have the game night cards. And so I'll pop on for a quick little live on Monday to showcase them. And then I have Tip Tuesday for you on Tuesday. So, oh, you're very welcome, Cindy. I'm so happy to help you guys with your creativity and just getting those juices flowing, because sometimes it can be hard and everybody's got different busy schedules. And so when you have ideas in your head and that you can get them down into your cardstock and into your ink and your paper right away, that's great. When you sit there for hours on end, don't hurt your bladder, right, Becky? I know, right? You don't want to stretch that bladder, right? So if you guys can get right into your creativity zone and get that card or two made that you need to send out, that's a bonus, right? So instead of sitting there for 3 hours, like trying to clean instead because you can't think of anything, that's when you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen to any of you. So, I mean, cleaning is good. That's what I'm going to focus on this weekend. I'm going to take before and after pictures of my craft room upstairs. If you guys watched, I did a Tip Tuesday on scraps, and I have a lot of scraps. And so I'm going to do before and after, and my goal is to clean out and revamp my design area. And I will share those pictures with you. And that might be a Tip Tuesday, what I come up with. So, all right, you guys. Lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you. I'm so happy that you guys had fun, and hopefully you had some ahas, turned on the light bulbs, and made some some headbands with your feathers. So, all right, you guys, love you long time. Bye.